Cats have been with us longer than the angels. In the 22nd century, a series of plagues nearly wiped out all of the domesticated animals on Earth. Attempts were made to domesticate substitutes, such as owls and possums, but like cats and dogs, these eventually suffered from their association with us. When technology allowed, we attempted to bring back our feline companions by engineering a more robust species. Most Ultracats were very expensive, so not many were created. They were an indulgence for the very wealthy. What no one knew at the time is that this new breed developed higher intelligence and lifespan with each generation. After the fall, feral bands roamed dead streets, their numbers gradually increasing. A century later, cats developed mutant powers that allowed them to communicate telepathically and manipulate objects telekinetically. They have formed their own societies, but few humans realize what has happened. Cats are rare and are still thought of as potential pets. Seeing one is considered an omen. Do you know how sometimes it looks like cats are judging us? In the wasted world, they usually are. They are more intelligent than we are and tend to view us with a combination of pity and disgust.
All right, we're going to start with our group in the field. Oni, you have no jobs currently, so you've met some not entirely unpleasant companions, and they're certainly good company when you've got nothing going. So you've stayed behind in the Shire. You've done a couple of missions with them, kind of between time stuff. So things we'll maybe hear about later in fiction or drop in games. Point being, you have gotten to know them a bit better, possibly trust at least some of them a little better. Goldwater, you have been told the tale of Blind Tommy and 84, the awesome possum, and their wandering arcade, and how Flash Rewind of Flynn's and the Lone Pine Mall was pressuring them to give up his precious pinball machines, and how maybe no agent of the government has been by to assess their tax burden. So armed with your portable printer, your tax guides, and your rifle, you and your companions head out. Can I have map 1, please, Shadow Cult? And can you also throw that into the chat, because I think it's hard for the group to see the broadcast window. Thanks so much. So that's just going to show you, that's from the in-process. Originally, I was not going to fully map Texon, which is the area you're currently operating in, but I decided it'd be fun to have a Texon map for the stream campaign. So this is going to have all the locations that have shown up during play marked. So if you are somebody who's watched the show, you will see things you recognize. So you're going from the Shire to the Lone Pine Mall, to take Goldwater there, to read the Riot Act, to Flash Rewind. It's a 3-day trip on foot. So another thing that I've discovered while for really real mapping it out instead of making it all post-it notes in my GM book, is the big difference, which should be obvious, but it's really obvious when you've got a ruler, between how far you can travel on foot and how far in your truck. We've gone over that a little bit, but a point that I want to make, I want to just redouble for you, is how much of an expense in terms of repair and the rare gasoline it's going to be to operate the vehicle. So generally, you're going to be on foot. You tend to use the truck when you have to actually carry big things. Like when you traded for the turret, you had to have the truck, as otherwise you couldn't carry it. Or if you're doing a big trip for supplies, then you might have. If it's really important, you be fast. Point being, it can take you a couple of weeks to get to Houston on foot. And if you've got a car, theoretically, that's a day. Now, the wasted world is all broken. So your travel is not as fast as it would be on proper roads, even proper on processed land would be it would be faster than this. But your group is out there on foot. It's late afternoon on day 2. You're maybe halfway there. The full trip is something on the order of 32 miles front to back to get where you're going. So you've traveled 20-ish miles. You can go anywhere from 9 to 12 in a day. If you're forced march, you can go like 18-ish. But this is, again, you're picking your way through Walking Dead style broken malls and just nonsense that slow you way down. The temperature has been dropping all day. Dark, wispy clouds have been gathering. There's a strange purple glow to them. It doesn't look like a rad storm. Also, now you don't have the goblin with you who can usually point these things out, but none of you is either a pre-gen. No one's particularly sensitive or resistant to rad storms in this group, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so the group is Nevada, Oni, and Goldwater.
Yep.
So it's also, my understanding is when you get an electrical storm, some of the lightning discharges are cloud to air. I think they're called CA bolts. So they never ground out, right? So it's the kind that looks like if you were a Scald Viking, you'd go, oh, they're playing ball upstairs, that kind of thing. That's the kind of lightning that's been happening. So during the last hour or so, there's flashes in the ominous purple clouds. So this is maybe 2-3 o'clock, and suddenly you see something falling from the sky, and it's up ahead and a little bit to your right. You think maybe half a mile. So not close enough that you get a lot of detail, because half a mile is close enough to track it, but not enough to really get a good look. Whatever it is bigger. It's bigger than a person and smaller than a school bus.
So what you're saying is it's the size of a Nissan, which is your go-to. Right?
It is 3 Nissans. We're going to use the N scale.
It's 3 Nissans. I love it.
It is N3, yeah, and it's burning. So there's a little bit of the glow coming out the back, and you've got a trailer of not steam but black smoke coming from the back of it. So is the group going to investigate, or do we just say goodnight to Hannah and Kate?
No, we definitely investigate regardless.
Can you imagine if we're like, thank you, goodbye?
All right, that was lovely. Thanks for having us on.
A 5-minute stream. Yeah, I think we're gonna go investigate.
Okay, well that's I like that choice you made there. That free choice, because role-playing games are all about agency, right? Okay, so the 3 of you, and I assume you're going to hustle a bit too, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And at this point, the 3 of you are all fit. So there's no reason, like poor Eric he's got the perma house damaged leg problem.
Yeah.
So he only kind of, these 3 people can run.
We can boogie.
So by the time you get anywhere near it, it has fallen, it has hit the ground, whatever it was. It was not a big explosion, right? So there's an impact, but at a half a mile and at a light run, you don't even really see the thump or whatever. You just see boom, sort of like seeing a falling star. It went down. As you're approaching, you do see that smoke continues to rise. So whatever it is definitely burning as opposed to having burned. Do you have weapons out?
Yeah.
Which one?
Let me look at my character.
I'm pointing at your image on a screen. That didn't help. Just so you know, I'm pointing to virtual Barrett. What weapon?
I'll have my SMG out. It's the most effective.
I think that's got one of the most ominous clicks when you actually, because I don't think you would carry the SMG with the ammo loaded.
I'd ratchet one in when I'm ready.
Yeah. So you pull the thing down on the strap and just you get that very satisfying. This is coming from a non-gun person. I know a good fun sound when I hear one. So Oni, do you have anything out, or are you relying on your quick draw if you need it?
No, I've got my gun out. I mean, I do have a quick draw, but
why not have? Yeah, okay.
Why not?
Nevada?
No, I mean I'm pointless in firefights, so I'm just going up. Yeah, thanks Oni for the validation there. Yeah, no, you're terrible at that. Yeah, so I'm hands free.
Okay.
I've got my grimoire in case I need to do something fast.
So both Goldwater and Oni I think you're both used to thinking tactically. One of the first things you're thinking as you run that half mile is that plume of smoke is going to attract anyone in the area, right? Because things don't fall from the sky all that often. And anybody that sees that plume is going to be interested in what the hell that was. So as you approach, you see, can I have the vehicle, please, Colt?
Ooh.
Okay, so picture one of those, and it's got room for 2 passengers, and the back would be like an SUV-sized rear compartment, but mangled all to shit, broken and burning.
Oh wow, that's pretty rad.
Yeah, it's a very non-standard. Most of the stuff you've encountered has been, and another point I'm going to make for Kdin and Hannah is the tech in this world is retro future, early 80s. So it's what we thought the future would look like in like 82. So they've not seen a lot of things that were kind of steampunk flavored like that ornithopter was. Mm-hmm. They've seen a lot of things that looked maybe a little Blade Runner-y, because I think that's what we were thinking in 80. So that's a little strange. The construction of it is odd. And also when it hit, it would have turfed out, nose in, and crumpled. So it would look a little, biomechanical in the sense that those wings would be all up and twisted, right? As though an actual bird had hit the ground. So as you
can we tell by looking at it, was like the narrow end, the forward end of how it flew? Can I see it again, Colt?
Yes,
I want to see this bird ship again.
It's cool.
It's cool. It's also, its wings are weird.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. That's.
And what you wouldn't have seen because you only saw it crashing is it's an ornithopter, so it flaps.
Yeah.
So it looks like a glider, but most of the way it flies.
Gotcha.
Is through like Da Vinci imitation of life.
I got you.
Another thing that you can maybe. Oh, okay. So you're Navad.
Yeah.
Any tech dice at all, or are you zeroed out?
On tech, but I am like, I got no tech abilities. I could maybe. It looks kind of weird to me. I can maybe like see if it's giving off any sort of magic vibes.
Well, what I was going to say is that design, you don't know a lot scientific, right? Like the idea that you understand lift and so forth is very unlikely given what we know about your 19-year-old PCs. You read old role-playing books and watched whatever horror shit you come up with, and like you were not learning principles of flight.
Right. I probably have a Magic the Gathering, an old like 100-year-old Magic the Gathering card of some kind of ornithopter like stapled into my spell book. That's just like it's just all meaningless random art stuff for me.
But you do know enough, and you've also met other practitioners that you know that magic works by willfully tweaking the laws of physics.
Right.
So that design does not look 100% scientifically practical to you.
Right.
Which suggests that steampunk is a form of magic. Because if enough people believe that a Da Vinci ornithopter would work the way the world works now, it means it would work.
Sure.
But that wouldn't necessarily occur to everyone, but I think
there's a lot of obnoxious people who are like so excited to hear that.
wait till I take you to the ice wall at the end of the flat earth. All right, so
steampunk is magic.
As you approach, you see there is a young woman. I won't give a lot of details at this range, but she is trapped under the crumpled ornithopter, is trying to free herself. There is also a cat sitting on a piece of wreckage, kind of observing.
Okay.
So as you run up, let's get a description for Goldwater, please.
Goldwater Agent Goldwater is a post-apocalyptic IRS agent. He's
good.
wearing a suit like this one, with a badge like this one. I can't see it.
Oh my God, perfect.
And he looks kind of like a mix between Tom Jane and the guy who plays Agent from S.H.I.E.L.D., the agent, the guy
Coulson,
yeah.
Forrest Gregg. No, not Forrest Gregg. Clark Gregg. Forrest Gregg was a football player. Sorry.
Wears a suit. It's tattered and beat up and sewn together, and there's slashes and bullet holes in it that have been sewn up. Very straight faced, and I don't know why it took me so long, Mike, to figure out what to do about the sensitive to sunlight. I always said he wore a hood, but he wears a fedora. Come on, like fedora. He's an agent. He's gotta wear one.
It probably took you like a year of questing.
Yeah, just to get one.
To find something that looked right.
Yeah.
Okay, and Oni, what do you look like?
Yes. Oni is tough, wears leather, really just leaning in to that look of don't mess with me. She's an investigator, so she's really cool at like getting clues, putting stuff together. She doesn't trust anybody. She's doesn't have a lot of social skills, very rough around the edges. She does have pigskin armor. She's got a gun.
So pigskin is not literally pigskin, it's pigskin because that used to mean cop. So it's like almost a Mad Max, like police biker jacket.
Yeah.
Jess, this just now occurred to me. Do you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yes.
For some reason, Oni reminds me of the other officer. That's Jake's friend.
Rosa?
Rosa?
I was like, you've got to be talking about Rosa.
I know.
So good.
Yeah, because she feels a little like her,
Oh, that's
a picture.
That is so spot on because when we met Oni, there's like definitely that kind of like super hard edge Rosa vibe of like, yeah, what do you want?
And olive skin, the whole, she's definitely a Rosa type.
Awesome.
So running behind the two of them, keeping up, but working a little harder at it than the other two. I picture your run cycle being like Jack Skellington, like just all legs.
Well, what's weird is like he's keeping up, but like it's weird looking because his legs are so long. So it's simultaneously he has to work harder to stay balanced, but he doesn't seem to be like pumping his legs as fast. So it's like a weird kind of jog, but anyway.
Like a dog stagger forward.
Yes.
Like you just shift your center of gravity and then just
kind of
tumble
forward, right? So I'm Lord Navad is he's 18. He's not 19 yet, Mike. He's probably 18.
Okay.
Nobody really knows how old he is, including him. He is about 6'4", 6'5", like all legs, like his hips are too high like not in a mutated way. He's not like a giraffe person. He's built like a 20th century, 21st century human with high hips and all legs. The model I keep going with is he's like a Baron Trump or some kind of like Croatian basketball player or like some of this. Mm-hmm. He is he's wearing a denim jacket and a wizard outfit underneath that. That's all kind of beat to shit and weathered and gross, but it's got kind of like costume wizard, but maybe a little bit more attention to detail to it. He's got like a black kind of emo flop over eye haircut, little kind of undercut, shaved on the sides, or like, close cropped on the sides. The most distinguishing thing is if you get close enough, you can tell that his eyes, through the manipulation of reality and magic, have mutated into actual the shape of pupils. And contact lenses, his eyes are just like freaky weird.
Skulls.
That's Lord Navad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as these three are approaching with urgency, what Lita and Pickles would notice immediately is the tone of the way they're approaching does not seem aggressive, right? Like the minute you started crashing, there was probably, well, crap, there's smoke coming out of the back of this thing. This is real bad. But they're running up. It doesn't seem to be, they'd approach differently if the goal was kill you and take whatever's here. They look more like they want to find out what's happening. So as they approach, what does Lita look like?
So just generally, Lita is a very sharply dressed young woman. She has fiery red hair, very well kept. She's in a very sharply cut suit. She just looks very put together, if not for the fact that she's currently pinned under a part of her ship.
Yep.
So setting that aside, normally very together, very elegant. And she's fairly tall, certainly taller than I think during our current time, the average is. She's probably about 5'7", 5'8". I don't know what it would be. What's the average now? But yes, she's a little bit, a little bit taller.
The average is going higher. So.
Yeah, so maybe 5'9". Yeah. But yes, if it were not for the fact that she's currently pinned in an unforgiving position, she would be very put together and elegant.
So your posture is suffering from being pinned under a plane?
if she didn't know there were people there, it'd be one of those like, oh, what an inconvenience,
so,
you know?
Navad and Goldwater, you have known a pre-gen before. And for anyone watching, I have retired the word, and I'm actually changing the books in the RPG Now store. That's being edited out of the first edition completely. That's going to be replaced by the end of the week. We're using the term pre-gen, as in previous generation, to mean the same thing. So it's obvious from looking at her that this is the pre-gen. Like there is I keep saying it's the Monty Python, how do you know the Lord? She ain't got shit on her. Like the fact that she's got like no visible mutations, super put together. She has like the Scarlett Johansson, like I could cast her in anything, regardless of
whether I should.
Yeah.
Whether
you should or not.
Okay. All right. I was about to reveal way too much of my tastes.
In the setting, by the way, Virtual ScarJo was a movie star for 100 years. They continued to put her into everything because she sold her likeness rights. So she continued to co-star in movies she should not be in for a very, very long time.
I would just like to point out this is Shannon, not Navad. I would just like to point out that I hope that WandaVision continued to have some sort of viewership in the new times because Navad has the hugest crush on Scarlet Witch. I mean, look, it's his deal, right? Like she is
who doesn't
big role model for Lord Navad.
Very specific.
What?
Got a very specific taste.
It's very specific.
I retired the word pure. So
would it be obvious, Hannah, that Lita has a weapon, or are you like, do you have it on your leg, or is a hand on it more subtly?
If she can reach it, she would probably have it on her leg, so she probably wouldn't be able to reach it with how she is. And I think her first instinct wouldn't be, especially seeing them approaching, she would not be trying to show off like aggression. She knows she's not.
You might be thinking, damn it. Like, you can kind of go to the blazer and you can't.
Yeah, she might be looking for her dagger. She might be like feeling for where that is, just to make sure that's on her worst case scenario.
I would think you could get to that.
Yeah, I think that might be in like a breast pocket kind of situation. Yeah. But I think her gun would be holstered at her leg because she doesn't use it unless she's preparing to do that. So I think she'd be looking for her dagger, but that's sort of in the back of her mind, just if I need to.
So, Professor, you've been trying to figure out how to free her, and you'd figured a way that you could use what little telekinesis you have to disconnect her arm, just to saw it off for her, just using telekinesis to just take a broken piece of metal to free her. And you think there's like a 1 in 3 chance she'd survive it. So you probably weren't excited about the option. I doubt you would have shared that with her.
Odds are good, okay? Odds are pretty good. I mean, 33.33% chance.
Right?
It's not that bad.
Repeating.
It's repeating, of course. Yes. I mean.
Okay, Kdin's one of the tribe. So I think, though, that you know each other well enough that, Lita, you know your friend, in quotes, because cats, there's always friends in quotes, both real cats and Ultracats. I think friend is always like this. But the cat's been looking at you like you probably don't want to know what the backup plan is, but you're pretty sure it involved jagged metal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What kind of cat are you? What colors? What do you look like?
You know what? To go with the whole, vibe here with the ears and the everything, I think we're just going to go with a traditional black cat.
Perfect.
I love it.
Perfect. So you come running up, you see a pinned, I'm picturing very much like a Corpo from 2077. Like as far as the look, they're very together, like you even buy from the different clothing store.
Mm-hmm.
And a cat watching her, almost like, do cats eat dead people? I don't remember. So who's seen?
I run up and check on the person who's pinned out of the ornithopter.
So Goldwater, this doesn't look like it's any danger of exploding, but you don't have the right kind of stuff to put it out. Like, you're gonna want maybe to get her away from this.
Yeah, that was my plan.
So you're gonna need help. The three of you can maybe lift the strut off of her, but this whole vehicle looks like it's not going to be irreparable. It's a loss.
Okay.
Like if you were having to run your actuarials,
this would be totaled.
Yeah, it's totaled.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll direct the rest of my team to heave ho this thing up so that our new, I don't want to say our new friend.
I was like,
that this woman can escape, make her escape.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lita, he comes in and doesn't introduce himself or anything, and immediately starts like almost fireman triage. Like, that looks dirty, that doesn't, be careful with that. Like, he's being very efficient about it.
She's kind of pinned watching this happen, going, thank you for your assistance, I think is thank you.
Yeah, it's the least I can do. You've taken such a financial loss with the damage to this vehicle.
Oh, I can't really assess it from here. Do you think it's do you think there's any chance we can save it?
I don't know enough about mechanics to say if you could or couldn't. Perhaps the scrap would be worth something, but from my unprofessional assessment, I would say that this vehicle is damaged beyond repair.
She's gonna look at Pickles and be like, any chance? What do you think?
Pickles, let's go ahead and roll dice, because game system and stuff. Give me a scavenge test, please.
Okay, let's see. Where am I?
Yeah, you have three dice.
Okay. 3d6.
Yep.
Yay, first dice roll.
Yay.
We play pretty narratively, so occasionally there's that like, oh yeah, there's mechanics.
I know, I'm scared of that. I'd love to keep the role play because I'm like, oh god, mechanics, I have to make sure I don't mess it up.
They're not. They really aren't, I swear to God.
Okay. It should be rolling if it decides to roll. No? Okay.
If it's not going for you, Shannon can throw the dice for you.
Yeah, you want me to? I see you in the room.
do it.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no, there you are.
Perfect.
Yay. Great.
Yay.
Fantastic.
Oh, just a complete
Well,
wipeout. First dice roll. Oh, it's a disaster.
Well,
I mean,
this
that's
is focused on Lita, maybe.
Yeah, in the arm a little bit.
When you're looking at it, the roll is just based on looking from your vantage point, right? It's not taking your time. It's not with help. It's not clearing things out. It's not putting out the fire first. But your immediate instinct is, it's not supposed to look like this. Like, pro tip, you take out the ornithopter manual and it's, troubleshooting. Does the ornithopter look like this? Probably a loss. Yeah, you're not enthusiastic. There's a chance, but you have to put out the fire, get clear, and spend about an hour literally triaging and picking through the wreckage. But just with that roll, you're like, it doesn't look good. So the three of you are going to cooperate. Do Oni and Navad just do it, Goldwater asks, and get that strut off of woman?
Yeah, is it light enough at least for the three of us to do it?
If the three of you cooperate, you absolutely can.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I definitely want to, look at the vehicle, take a looky around before I can. All
Was
right.
there foul play?
Yeah,
It looks to you, Oni, like it's meant to have two passengers. It doesn't look like the cargo in the back is for people, like it doesn't have seats. So it looks like it's meant to shuttle things. So it looks like a transport, like a cargo transport of some kind. And those two, can you give us the plane again, Colt? It's had two little claw things in the front. Those look like they were useful for loading and picking things up. I mean, they're broken now. So your guess is it's not a weapon. It's not for transporting people. It's meant for transporting stuff, or was.
cool. I asked Lita what she was transporting.
Oh, it would. I could tell you more if I'm not being potentially crushed to my death. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah,
but
only
just-
maybe we should save the questions. And,
just goods.
safe.
Yeah, for my friend Pickles.
I'm gonna go with Goldwater. It's not what I do. I'm gonna do it this time.
So game mechanics wise, both Pickles and Lita have taken one injury.
Okay.
So just mark off the first injury box. Lita has also taken one wound.
Ooh.
Wound.
Ooh.
And one thing that Oni can tell looking at as you're lifting is you can figure out that she's wearing battle leave, because part of that strut should have gone right through her jacket and probably would have been buried in her shoulder, like under her collarbone, but it didn't pierce. So she's wearing very good, expensive armor. So you do the 1, 2, 3 lift, you pick the thing up, and you're able to roll out. You're to the point where if you don't get away from it soon, you're going to take more damage from the fire, because it is just burning at this point.
Okay.
The
Yeah, definitely.
smoke trail is going to attract attention. I think we need to get out of here as soon as possible. Is there anything that is extremely desperate that you need to get out from this vehicle?
GM, is there anything in there that I'd be really concerned about?
Yes, but it's on the bottom right of your sheet are your the assets that you have.
Okay.
You're on a mission to trade those assets, as we discussed, but those would be in big bags in the compartment in back, and those probably aren't damaged. So you could literally pop down the front of the seat, reach back, and hand those out. And it's just, it's enough that you can easily carry it. It's small, valuable stuff. So you've got like 2 or 3 messenger bags full of crap from Circuit City.
Yeah. Yeah.
The kind of stuff you're carrying and traveling with these days, because it's light, it trades well.
Yeah.
It's not very massive.
Okay.
So you help her with that. And at this point, you all hear a chilling sound. Echoing over the shattered plane is the sound of a plastic vuvuzela. I can't pronounce it.
Vuvuzela?
Vuvuzela?
Vuvuzela? It's a plastic Venezuela.
Oh no.
As
From
used
the
in
World Cup.
World Cup matches around the world.
The things that look like the yard of beer for run fairs, but they're musical instruments for some reason.
Yes.
Those. And
it's like a sports bro Zohar, whatever they call the horn that they blow on.
Zophar.
That's
Zophar. Thank you. I'm not Jewish.
So many words we don't know how to say.
I'm naming my new character Sports Bro Zohar.
Oh.
Okay, so you hear that sound, but the context is like somebody doing the hunting horn, but it's that weird plastic stadium noise.
Okay.
Do we recognize? Do we recognize that as like a cultural thing from anybody?
It's a loud thing.
Okay.
Somebody's using it as a signal. No idea who. It's not like
not a particular.
Right. It's not like the Nixons always use visible.
Right.
Got it.
So do you stay put, give up and hide under the burning thing? Do you run? What do you do?
No, I want to get a good vantage point and see if I can tell what's coming.
Okay. So you're going to get away from the burning wreckage a bit, and you're going to look for some place to climb up a little.
Yeah.
Roll a d6 for me. High is good, low is bad.
Okay.
Who? Just Goldwater?
Yeah. This can be
okay.
This can be Barrett.
Okay.
4. So not terrible.
Okay. So you find a ruined building, but it's got a second floor. So you can climb up the fire escape on the side and get up enough to at least have a little bit of advantage.
Okay.
So he does that. Does he do it alone? Does anyone go with him?
I mean, I just say, I'm going there, and I start running. That's how I work.
Right.
I'm checking Pickles to make sure Pickles is in good shape. Nothing happened to Pickles.
Pickles' hair is a little burned at the edges because you were in a burning ornithopter.
Singed, yes.
Poor singed kitty.
Can I take my dagger out and try to snip off the singed
Pickles, are you cool
ends?
with the
you know what? That would be lovely. I can't go around.
so the roadside barbering is okay?
Yes.
I mean, can't go around looking like
she's got like wounds to her shoulder and like a crushed part
that'll
of her
heal, but making
leg,
a bad
but
first impression, come on.
she's got to trim those little hairs.
So the Vod and Oni that don't have any idea that this isn't just a cat, the woman you just freed has taken out a vibro dagger and is barbering the cat.
Yep.
I started.
Go ahead,
I started asking Lita about what she's transporting, where she's from. Ewan.
Navad, did you want to do anything before I respond to those?
I was asking from a game point of view. Have we introduced ourselves?
Nope.
No. We just like pulled a pipe off of this lady, who then takes out a huge knife and starts shaving a cat.
Yeah, sometimes it happens that way.
Both Goldwater and Oni are people that just do the thing.
Right. So bizarrely, the weird emo kid is like, hey, I'm Lord Navad. These are my friends, Oni and Agent Goldwater. They're kind of direct.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
God. Trimming the cat hairs as Goldwater's scampering up the side of a building. That's all I had to say. But Oni will probably ask you a whole bunch of questions. And then Oni asks me.
He asked the questions you refused to answer at the time. Incompetent.
Yes. Thank you.
So now that you're free.
Yes.
Fill it.
Yes. I was working with my companion here, Professor Pickles. She's still trimming the singed hairs to make sure there's really nothing unseemly out of place on Pickles. And we were transporting some goods that Pickles compatriots need for some of the projects they're working on. You can see it's not a lot of them. She kind of has her duffel bags that they managed to pull from the wreckage. And would she be comfortable showing them, like opening it up, or would she be
So the thing
wary?
is largely Pickles' call because the work of the Six at the moment is kind of secret, but you're obviously in a non-standard situation.
Right.
So how forthcoming the professor is going to be is kind of up to the professor.
Okay, so she would defer. She would kind of go, it's really not anything significant. And can we telepathically? Oh God, do you know what that is?
I have no idea, but it sounds bad. Hey, Lita, I have a question. I have a
Yes.
question. It's Lita, right?
Yes. Oh no, I didn't say.
By the way,
but yes,
just
it's
real quick,
Lita.
that was not coming from the same direction.
Oh no.
Oh, good.
I
Yes.
just have to
Wonderful.
say, I've been doing this kind of adventure stuff with my friends for a while. You are very trusting.
Oh.
I've gotten that note.
Well, you did just free me from wreckage unknowingly. This could have been a trap. Those could be my sirens going off. They're not.
I yell up to Goldwater, hey, what are you seeing? Because Lord Nevad's flirting over here.
Okay, I'm going to need a notice check from you, Goldwater.
It is
And
under
for
perception.
let me double check my.
I noticed.
So as you're checking,
I have to ask. They want to see what we have. I'm not too keen on showing them everything. Is there a chance that we could give them just a passing glance? Not like an investigation. Okay, then I'm cool with that and nothing more.
Okay.
Yeah. Now remember that you can't sneaky just telepathy send that message to her. Your telepathy is speaking. So they would hear the cat going, just show them a little.
I think what I'll do is, and Hannah and I discussed this a little bit. Pickles' left ear twitches just slightly.
So you're using Mr. Ed rules. So Goldwater, that third one was a third point, which means whoever's coming has encircled you and they're using strategy because that's triangulation. And when you look down from the top of the fire escape, you can see 24 scavengers coming in, basically surrounding the position the group is in. They seem to be armed with handmade crossbows, and they are all wearing latex Halloween masks.
Jesus. Yeah. Like 24?
Yep.
24 was what? Yep.
Fuck.
The one under you has got like an incredible bulk mask on.
Right.
Incredible bulk.
Well, next to him is like, Lockeye.
Right. Are we like at the base of where Goldwater scampered up?
You're next to it.
Okay.
Next to it. Okay.
You're maybe in the parking lot of whatever the place here is, and you went up the fire escape.
Okay.
And they're closing in for sure.
Okay.
So it's clear that they saw the smoke and then saw you come away from it because you weren't stealthy. Like you were clearly withdrawing from where the crash happened.
From the three horns that we heard, is there a way out, like a way that we could run that would get us out of the circle if we went fast?
So give me you are kind of a strategist.
Yeah.
You're good at the strategies.
Yeah.
So let's give me an awareness check, actually.
All right.
Let's call that awareness.
Well, one success.
By the way, you know how I knew that, Barrett?
What?
From the nuked rules that are currently available on RPG now, or Drive Through RPG. Did you know you could pick those up for $4 today?
I actually didn't know that.
Oh, totally. That would explain what awareness is and everything. Okay, you go to 6. There is, because you act quickly, you've gotten a good position, and you're looking down as they're coming in. You think if they went like 3 o'clock, now they could probably slip the news.
Okay.
But they would have to move.
Okay, I'll point in that direction and just say, go, run. And then I'll try to get down this fire escape as fast as I can and meet up with them.
So do you have hardcore parkour?
I do, actually. Hey.
Oh man.
Wait, you upgraded? You got the feat of hardcore parkour?
I got it last time. Yeah.
Parkour. And that means the terrain doesn't slow you down.
Oh, man. Okay, can I describe what I do then?
I am desperate to hear your description.
I'm going to do that thing where the parkour people go over the railing and then hang on the side and then drop down and catch the next one and drop down and catch the next one and then drop down to the ground. And that's what I do to get to the parking lot so I can meet them as they're running.
Everything in parkour looks like a super sexy, terrible idea. Okay, so the group, everyone responds to his go, go, go. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no reason we would feel like we need to stay with this ship when it's so clearly destroyed, right? We'd be like,
it would be nice to recover like its technology that the committee put together, right? So it's uncommon.
yeah.
But trying to salvage it with it attacking, it seems like a bad bet. Like maybe trying to come back or reclaim it. But even then, Professor, it didn't look good. Like you've got the plans. You could work on another one.
If
It's fixable. We could we'll build another one. It's fine.
Yeah.
if I see Pickles follow, if I see Pickles run, I'll run.
So I thought about it a little bit. I think it's completely acceptable for us to do the terrible mage hand power trick, which is if you want to, you can pick yourself up by the scruff of the neck. So in some circumstances, if you want to move faster over certain kinds of terrain, the cat can do this.
Oh my.
Just kind of glide along.
Oh, that's so tempting. I was just gonna say maybe I'll just like catch a ride on Lita's shoulders, but now I kind of want to do
That's
that.
kind of all the more confusing for Navad, who just saw me like trim your hair.
That. You can hold that in reserve until you don't need it. I think it makes the most sense considering that's where your head was going, and considering they don't know you yet and they're not revealed these secrets. So the black cat jumps up on the young woman.
I take that
by
as
the
my...
way, Oni, you would notice there was a small tear in her power suit, and the small tear is repairing itself. So that's very rare, very expensive technology. You've heard of such things, but people that are very concerned about image tend to pay hundreds of volts for things like that, because you don't have to look like your stuff is put together from patches and corrosion like everybody else has to wear. Okay, whole group is gone. What I'm going to need now is, I'm going to have to do it in order, or we're not going to be able to make sense of this die rolling. I'm going to need a run jump test. Let's start with Goldwater. Even a partial will work. So if you as long as you roll at least 1, 5, or 6, you're good. Yeah.
Good.
Oni, how about you? This is, does anybody fall down as you're running away? Yeah, it would be embarrassing.
I'm moving over rough terrain. I shouldn't have rolled.
Okay, so that's a fail. Navad?
Oh, I'm terrible at this, just by the way. I think this, well, anyway.
Oh no.
You have one die?
Oh no.
Yeah, I have a 1d6.
Oh,
For run jump, I have 1.
And so, Pickles, you don't have to roll. Because you are now
sharing
your vehicle, right?
Yeah, okay.
I am a passenger.
And you're riding your ride?
Okay.
Okay.
We did it. I would be extra careful because you're on my shoulder.
Oh, that makes sense. The way it breaks down is everybody's getting out of the news, which you don't see as clearly as Goldwater did, because you didn't have the point of view, but you do see these people coming in. And like over there is Corporal America, and over there is the Summer Soldier. It's like all these, Halloween mask people coming in. And they're closing in, you're getting away, except Oni and Navad are slower than the rest of you. So you're going like this, and they're lagging a little bit. So unless somebody thinks of something extra special effective, I'm going to take some pot shots at them. Any thoughts, or I'm just going to roll some pot shots?
No, I mean, I can't justify what I was thinking.
Well, you just described the last 6 months, man. Okay, owning. It's going to be 1 hit from a crossbow.
Oh no.
So they work on, I forget the name of the game. I was going to credit the original designer. There was a game What was the first game? Let's see how big role-playing nerds we are. The first game to use the term mooks.
Mooks?
It's become an industry standard. It was introduced by the game.
Was it one of the early superheroes games?
No, I think it was. Anyway, doesn't matter. Point being, there's a similar mechanic. When a group of people attacks, they get one attack, and then their damage can go up. That way, you're not rolling 38 times like you do in D&D.
Right.
Okay, so I am going to hit Oni, and you're wearing pig skin, so it's going to be 1, 2. You're going to take 3 hits. No injury for you, so that's good. And then Navad, hit you.
Mm-hmm.
What are you wearing? What's your defense against?
I'm just got light leathers. I mean, I think it's just essentially the robes are kind of fluffy, or they're.
You only take 2 hits though.
2 hits,
yep.
Nice. Okay. With what is a crossbow bolts?
So they're not crossbow bolts. What they are is children's arrows from like a big box store that are being used in crossbows.
Huh.
Okay. They're like, the terrible, not quite, what do they normally use? Like, not plexi, like fiberglass. For like a little It's just like cheap shit.
They took the little rubber suction cup off the end and sharpened it to a point. And
so we're fighting the Toys R Us gang.
Yeah.
Toys are they. And they're bright purple and have the Lil Hunter logo on them.
Okay.
So you're running.
I think I pegged it.
Yeah, these things are just dunk, 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 dunk. A lot of them aren't making it the full way because they're really kind of shit.
Yeah, they're not very aerodynamic, to be honest.
No, aerodynamic. And so does the party at this point hope that Oni and Navad can get away? So does everybody else keep running, or do you slow down and fight? How are you going to treat this?
I don't have any grenades or anything, do I?
No.
Okay. What I'll do is
Do you take out a pad of paper and write grenade real fast?
Yeah. Yeah, I have grenade. What I'll do is I'll stop running, pull out the SMG, turn around, drop to one knee, wait for everybody to get past me, and then I'm just gonna spray bullets at them to hopefully get them to like duck down, stop running.
Well, there is an advantage that you don't have, but this might be an inspiration because you're going to get an advance from this game. And the way the rules work is you can try to invoke it early with cinematic action and give it the feat early, and then you can buy it later. And it's literally covering fire.
Okay.
So if you have something that's auto, it then takes down my chance to hit because you cover the area, exactly what you're talking about. So let's say that you do that, no roll required. Partially because it makes a good scene. Like you waving as you go down on one knee with the gun. So Oni and Navad, are you willing to let him cover for you and just run the fuck out of there?
I mean, I think I would. I think Oni would definitely take out her pistol and start shooting.
Navad, are you okay with just?
Oh, I'm just booking it.
Okay, so both Navad and Lita are fine with getting that.
Yeah, where I'm getting it. Right.
And for now, Pickles' agency has been surrendered to Lita's shoulder. So I don't think that's a separate call at this point.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Okay, so Goldwater, you're doing this kind of heroic, strategic. Get their heads down, and Oni walks up behind you and just starts. I'm
into it.
So Oni rolled a hit. It's going to be a shoot test.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, 1 second.
I would like while Oni's rolling, I would like to think that what the reason that was behind was that like Navad stepped on her shoes as they took off running and fucked her up by being a spaz, and like she normally would be like, "What are you? Come on."
That's
Definitely.
going to be a partial success.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll your damage, and you're going to do half, whatever it is. So I think you're using a pistol. It's 4 dice. Their armor is only 3.
Okay.
They are wearing some leather though.
Okay.
That's 3 points, so it'll be round up 2. So you tag one. I am going to say, because of the way this broke down and Goldwater's fast action and good strategies, I'm going to say let's not do every ounce of this. I'm reading it as this will work. Goldwater will have to lean on Oni a little bit to be like, we're not withdrawing if you don't withdraw. Like, because it's pretty clear that Oni, it looked like she's willing to just kill them.
I get it.
Necessary.
Yeah, they
So
didn't wound me, but you know,
so the party will withdraw. Okay. It will become obvious that they will let you go, and it looks like their thinking is probably you have surrendered the prize. Right. So they'll probably immediately turn around and go where the smoke came from. Which means your chance of getting it without taking all of them out is 0. You're basically just surrendered that to them. You see as they withdraw, they have 2 Bammels with them. Bammels are camels with 2 humps and 2 heads. They have a couple of advantages, like they sleep in shifts. They never really have to stand sleeping, but they sometimes argue and don't do anything because they get recalcitrant with themselves. So they have 2 Bammels with them. So clearly these are very Sand People, Jawa, Wasteland Raider folk. So the party clears away a little bit. You get to the point where you can rest for a little bit. Also, if you can rest for 10 minutes, you're going to get all the hits back that you took, so that you can take care of that. And they are not following you, but you will see that they have a couple. One literally goes to the position that Goldwater was in to watch you. So they're going to just watch to see that you have, gotten, you're staying away. All right, you're pulled back. Now what?
Well, thank you for the speedy recovery there. That was very fortunate. You happened to be in the area when we suffered this misfortune. Really appreciate the fast action. We would have been in a very difficult situation if you weren't there.
We don't tend to leave people behind.
That's very admirable.
did we see what was in the backpack before this all started?
They started to show you, so you got like a glimpse, and it was literally like stuff out of a build your own PC, like work table, like boards and like a little bag of diodes and just electronics stuff.
Where are you headed?
So,
What was that?
Where were you headed?
We were. Go ahead,
Professor. I'm not going to say instructions because it's, you're in charge here because you work for the committee. But you know that in this area is another Ultracat. The Ultracat is named Mr. Whiskers. Mr. Whiskers owns and operates a club called the Ninth Life. So if you could get to Ninth Life and talk to Mr. Whiskers could probably help complete your trade and find a way to get you back home, because ways to go back where you come from are really rare.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you might expect. Higher than you can jump.
The just side note for the viewers, we have met Mr. Whiskers before
Yes.
at a place. Anyway,
Interesting.
he walks on his
Okay.
hind legs.
Oh,
Lovely.
Can I have map 2, please? Shadow Call. And can you drop it into chat, please?
There's a pin function on Zoom, and it really made a big difference for me.
Oh yeah, I pinned the main view.
Oh yeah, that's very intelligent.
That solves all my problems as well.
Oh yeah,
That's what I've been doing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Colt, you don't even need to drop it. I think we're good.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
where you
I can see it.
Where you are now is
Yeah.
you're on your way to the One Pine Mall. You were about halfway there, between where you were, the red on the bottom there.
Mm-hmm.
You're about halfway, and they're talking about going to Ninth Life, which is up in the upper right up there.
Okay. And so I would have been comfortable disclosing that.
Would
Pickles have...
In fact, I think this is. I'm not even sure you know this.
Okay.
This is all stuff the professor knows.
Got it.
Like, I don't think the secrets of the Ultracat Underground are known to you, just like what your job is.
I'm on a need-to-know basis.
I'd assume,
with
unless the two of you
Pickles.
decide otherwise. Yeah.
Yes.
Barrett.
My dog.
That's our guard dog off in the corner that we didn't mention is also with us.
If the group has a guard dog, he's not with you.
Sorry,
No.
that was mine.
No, you're good.
So it's 2 days to Momont, another 3 to the Ninth Life. The problem is that whole bunch of crap I talked about and wasted screen time. The reason is getting there with a car. You know, you're at a point now, Pickles, where you're exposed, right? Like, you came in with a flying machine. You were supposed to make some simple trades and get back. So if you could find a vehicle instead of a 5-day walk, like job one, considering you're actually a tech, like you can make, in a lot of things, even though you've got mage hand, you can do a lot of simple repairs with your abilities. You know, you might not be able to lift like burning wreckage off your friend. Replace the spark plug.
Yeah. You could saw my arm off with raw metal if you needed.
I mean, you know, almost if necessary.
Oh, right. You have that in your back pocket. So do you share any of this with anyone?
I think we're currently in a dire enough situation where being this exposed for this long, it's detrimental to our health to make sure that we get to where we need to be and then we get home as quickly as possible. And that means we're gonna have to trust these people, despite my hesitance to.
So are you saying that out loud?
Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna have to say. Okay. All right, I think the jig is up. So,
Okay.
you three seem to be fairly capable. And I would very much like to not be where I currently am. So if we could, I don't know, find some sort of an agreement, you could take us to where we need to go, and maybe there might be something in it for you.
Like what? Can you? What's in it for us?
So
Okay.
you guys have not been here for this. And I'm experimenting this, by the way, as a non-gender. I'm using porgs. You porgs were not with us during these discussions, but a couple other games we discussed how we don't really want to mess around with game economy. So the camera always pulls back. Like our version, no, we'll do the sex scene, but you're going to get the fluttering windows when we're talking about money. So the camera will pull back. You talk about money.
Okay.
You brought stuff to trade with, so you've got value. In the game, the money is volts. So literally, mostly expended batteries, their volt rating is their value. So it's like credits in this environment. So those little like C cell, those little coin cell batteries trade really well, as do hearing aid batteries, because they're little and super durable. And you've got a whole sack of that stuff. So you negotiate. Oni is outed as being pretty mercenary, just the way the negotiation runs, I think. Like, it's pretty clear you want to get paid, right?
Yes.
Okay. Navad generally seems completely tuned out on these issues, right?
I would like to point out that Navad, when it becomes clear that the cat is telepathic and is communicating with us in our brain, I do the Leonardo DiCaprio pointing meme from like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm like, ooh, cat, Ultracat.
So, and he does say that he does know the word.
Yes, because we've met an Ultracat.
I've heard about it.
Oh,
yes, were you not in that episode? Goldwater was not there.
Only Navad. That's interesting.
So if I see, does Navad say that out loud? Does he say Ultracat?
I'm gonna say, oh yeah. I said, you're an Ultracat.
Mm.
Oh, you're familiar. We generally try to not really call attention.
Yeah, Lita, saying familiar is a little racist.
Oh,
Justice, listen.
Yes.
Now that let's use all of our proper terminology. Now that they know.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. So you're saying you've actually met another Ultracat?
He did.
We met a cat who ran a bar. It was called the 9 Lives, but we didn't. He just like showed us to another room. It was like I met him very briefly. Cool guy. Didn't look at like walked around. Not as like you kind of just are like a cat. He like kind of wore clothes and stuff.
So you would know, Pickles, that there's a whole like cultural infighting thing about that. What's the name of the Miyazaki movie?
The Cat Returns.
So there's a whole element of your culture that are cat returns cats that want like watch fobs and little kitty top hats. And then the other half is like, you look ridiculous.
Literally,
You know?
literally my favorite Miyazaki movie.
I love that movie so much.
So Whiskers is one of those, and you are not.
He's a little bit of a hoity-toity, and I'm a little bit more business.
Yes. Like we got 4 legs. 4 legs are useful.
I mean, it's useful. We're faster. It makes more sense. You can jump higher.
Yeah, and look at how I land. See? Try that.
Look, safe. What are you going to do? Fall over?
So one other interjection about the negotiating style that we're not going to play because it's boring, but you should still have the information. Goldwater's style is he's all about fairness in contracts. So he's literally got partial forms that he pulls out of, because he's done this in other encounters. Like he's got things to sign.
Okay.
Our party is probably formed an LLC that is like an official corporate entity.
This is very thorough.
So technically, since these are my possessions, Lita technically can't sign these.
She's gonna just offer it, and she's gonna be like, "Do you have like any kind of material we can have, like an ink of some kind?"
Just like an ink that I can dip a claw into.
Okay.
Yes, I have a stamp right here.
Oh, lovely. Fantastic.
Only the relationship is very clearly like assistant bodyguard. The cat is clearly the boss. And once they're not really playing a part and Pickles is not trying to go, pass as a kitty cat, I think it's very obvious that, Lita defers to Pickles. All right. So you negotiate, everybody's happy. Everybody, what was the thing that said like everybody's equally unhappy? That's the
everybody's happy that they're unhappy.
Yeah.
But as long as everybody's equally unhappy, I think you did the thing. So you now have a contract. You've hired 3-player characters to get you where you need to go. And have you shared the insight that maybe a vehicle, like making a priority of maybe finding and repairing a vehicle quickly and using that might be the thing to do? Okay. Do you let them know because of mechanics?
Yes.
Okay. So the other piece of information you now have is Pickles is apparently a mechanic.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
And I'd assume that one of the bags that Lita has tools in it, which wouldn't necessarily just come floating out of the
She'd just
bag.
open it up,
Captain Otter's pit.
and then
Yeah.
the mage hand would take them out one by one as needed.
I said metric. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so it is maybe 4:00. You've rested and talked for an hour, which means the two of you that had one injury, the injuries go away after an hour of rest. So the only person with any outstanding anything is Lita, who was wounded in the crash. And it's only one, so you're not in danger. It's not really dangerous until you're at 0 or negative hit points
Because then I
and
can
wounded.
be killed.
Then you're at
Yeah.
risk of death. And
Permadeath.
I see that you read enough to
Oh,
read
I read the fine print.
and-
I was like, when am I
Yeah,
doing the
yeah.
equivalent of death saves? Okay.
Yep.
You know,
Yep,
Mike,
yep.
if somebody else wanted to know about death saves, they could buy the game.
That if
That's
you
true.
too
RPG.com.
want to read the fine print and be informed.
Yeah.
And it's half price until the 10th of March because I was wrong and extended the sale for 30 days at a
There you
time.
go.
There you
Look
go.
at that. It's
Happy
unintentionally
accident.
long sale.
All right, so the party is now ready at like 4:30 to get back on the road, and job one is try to find some cars and grab pieces from more than one probably and get one running. And hopefully you'll be able to find enough gas to do the suck pump, fill it up enough to get it booted up. Obviously the cat doesn't have to resort to that. You pay an assistant well to have to choke on gas.
Did you know that if you use a Vuvuzuela, it actually can be very useful for siphoning gas? Just a little,
that would be a boom boom.
Get out.
I
Get out
know,
there
right?
before me.
I promised my daughter that I would make at least one dad joke a week
Excellent.
because I don't really get dad jokes. So here,
Fantastic.
yeah, was that terrible?
No,
Good.
it was terribly fantastic.
I loved it.
All right, so the party takes off. So who has the best land lore roll? The number of dice. Who has the most land lore dice?
Ooh.
3.
2.
I'm a dose.
Two.
Oni's a
Really,
3. It's just like Oni and Goldwater. Or wait, was Pickles a 4? You said
2.
2
A
as
two.
well
Oh,
for
a two.
Lita, yeah.
So let's have Oni roll with one extra die because you're gonna have help. So roll 4 dice. Land lore is your wasteland ranger knowing your way around.
ooh, nice.
Done.
Ooh.
So you find about an hour later, you find a cluster of cars that were abandoned outside a Big Bad Dollar store.
Oh.
So Big Bad Dollar was a dollar store. Their deal was they had a money version of the Hamburglar that had pockets full of cheap merchandise. That was their advertising character. And there's just a bunch of shitty cars that just left here.
Just come to our store and steal from us.
Fantastic.
Also, it's that would just a money hamburger is just a burglar.
Fortunately, the advertising executives who did this are long dead.
Long dead.
There's no bones you can pick with them. It's just a terrible. Yeah, you're right. Encourage people to steal from the store, but they're closed now. So
That must be why.
yeah,
I mean, to be fair, there's a bunch of cars here. We're going to. I mean, they're not ours, so it's technically burgling, but
So who does not have any tech? Nevada is 0, right?
I have 0.
I have 0 as well.
0. How about Oni?
Yeah, I have. I have tech. I have hack and botch.
Ooh.
But you have more than 0?
Yes.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is people that have 0 can't make any of these rolls at all on any dice.
Yeah.
It's the way the rules work. They're not allowed to use the skill. That means that Pickles and Oni will be going from car to car, seeing the condition of the cars.
Fantastic.
Oh no.
Yay.
This is why Lita was like, do you think the it's gonna be okay when she was under the flaming wreck? She has no tech. She's like, maybe it's salvageable. It could be fine.
What does
Yeah,
the E
exactly.
mean? When it reaches E, it means it's got everything it needs, right?
She's just
Just
banging on
harder?
car
Yeah.
doors, being like, I think this is how you open them.
Oh God. So Oni, it sounds like you would be the one like opening the trunks, and Pickles, would you climb on Oni's shoulder? Would Oni be okay
if
with that?
Oni
How
would
did
be
you do it?
okay with it, then I mean, if you're all right with being legs for a minute, and you and I can combine our knowledge here and make quick work of this rather than waiting for the help from the rest of them.
I'm assuming you're not declawed.
Not declawed, but don't worry, I'll keep myself restrained.
Does Oni get the lecture on what declawing actually means?
I mean, we don't have the time to get
Lita
into
would
this.
start explaining why it's inhuman. It's not something you should do. Actually, declawing is extremely violent and unnecessary, and you shouldn't be doing it. It's like if I cut you off at the knuckles, it's really not. And they're already like probably walking away.
Yeah.
See, this is why Lita is around all the time.
And I make myself clear that I'm not for decline, but I gotta know.
That's understood.
It happens. We live in this world of
I mean, to be fair, I mean, it is just like I'm holding what 20 knives, 20 tiny little knives. I understand. I mean, I get it. I understand.
I personally myself would never do that. I have never done that to any of the animals I don't have, but if I did, I'm just
Any of the animals I don't have.
maybe somebody got a hold of you and took you out. All right, come on.
So Goldwater, are you gonna be on like Overwatch?
Yeah,
What do
I'm
you
gonna. I'll hang out on top of a car. Basically, I want to talk to Lita for just like a couple of seconds.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like a White Snake video.
Lita's also going to be like rolling up her pant leg and getting her gun out because now she's like, all right, we're all on the same page. I can have this out accessible now.
Yeah.
And she's like, they know I'm the bodyguard. It's fine.
Mm.
I'm sorry, Goldwater, was it? Were you?
Yes, that's a very nice suit. Where did you get it?
Oh, thank you. It was a gift from Professor Pickles. Very fortunate. It's cut divinely. It's a great fit. Very comfortable, very resilient.
Where could I get a suit like that?
You would have to likely be in an employ similar to mine. I don't know what your budget is. What are your finances like? You seem like someone who's very put together as far as that's concerned.
Yes, but my suit has undergone a lot of damage over time. I had to get rid of my second one. It was falling apart at the seams.
Oh.
No more repairs for that, and finding a high quality new cut for my shape has proven incredibly difficult.
I would, for Lita, would she be aware of just how rare and expensive her own personal garments are? Like, I'm sure Pickles would have informed her.
Considering you do a lot of the trading, right? I think you
have a sense.
Your previous job also involved economic awareness.
Yes, and she does do all the negotiations, so she's used to doing it. It's not exactly, but in terms of rarity, what she has is not something that's easy to come by. It's not something she could.
No.
Okay.
If there was a chart for finding magic items, it would be rare.
Okay. She's gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
I should say I'm not talking about the material.
Oh.
I'm talking about the actual cut.
Oh, you're just looking for tailoring.
Yes.
Oh, that I can probably find someone for you. It just, I don't know if they export, so I'm not as sure about here what's available to you. But do you have updated measurements? Have you sat down and measured?
It's been a little while. I'm
that
sure
would be a good place to start.
Weight since I left DC.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you're running around as often as you are right now, I could see how that would happen. I would say start with a new, you know what? I actually might, let me see if I have my measuring tape on me. And she's going to look and see if she has like one of those little paper.
Goldwater, make an awareness check, please.
Okay. What's my awareness?
Oh my gosh, an actual cat.
Yeah, he snuck in.
Oh, I got one.
Your footing shifts a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
My what shifts?
Footing?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I look.
Oh no.
No, you're standing in a car. Just it shifted. So maybe early tremor, maybe air going out of a tire, like something. Your footing shifted a little bit. Navad, what have you been up to?
I'm just, doing my thing, wandering around in the car lot.
You look inside the store for salvage and all?
Oh, sure.
Okay. The stuff in there is so crappy, the scavengers have left most of it alone.
Oh.
Is there anything of like fun value?
Yeah, that's just, I mean, like Navad likes Gugas and,
Well, there's a plastic fishing game toy with a little fish. You put the thing, but it doesn't work. And there's cans that say food on them, but you're pretty sure the labels lie. Everything in there looks like, when we just had these problems in Texas and pictures of entire aisles, and the only thing still in them was unsweetened tea. It's like that. Or the other one I saw was the unfrosted Pop-Tarts. Like the whole aisle was empty except for a row of unfrosted Pop. And not the Pop-Tart brand, like the Lop Farts or whatever the B brand was. The Toasty Yum Yums
Right.
or whatever.
Toaster Tasties, yeah.
Yeah. It's like that. Like all the shit here. It's like, oh, it's a hairband, but it's not stretchy. It's just all stuff that's worthless to scavengers, even.
Do they have any? Just an abstract question, not from the character, but from me. Do there happen to be cat toys or catnip that happens in the dollar store at all?
Yes, there are pet toys. They wouldn't be branded to cat because towards the end, people were keeping all kinds of things as pets. But there would be cat toy-like things, but they'd be rubber things that don't squeak. They'd be cloth-sewed things that taste bad even to an animal, like just the worst shit.
That's resoundingly disappointing.
I mean, I'm going to kind of pick through it and see if there's anything good for my stuff, my grimoire to add to my spell book, but that's about all I'm looking for.
Yeah, you're able to grab a few things because you just like, if I'm remembering right, even things like ads are sometimes useful for you. So you probably get like a couple of backing cards, like that might be nice. And around that time, Oni pops up one of the hoods. You go in, the professor is explaining where the release is, get the catch, you open it up. I'm going to need a notice roll from the professor with an extra die because Oni is helping him.
So that would be, let's see, 3d6 because of tech in general, or would it be?
Oh, this is a notice roll?
Okay. Let me check. Okay, so
you've got six.
Yeah, you're
dice.
like.
So go ahead, roll 7 because Oni's right there with you.
Yay!
There we go.
Hey,
okay.
That's good.
We got one finally.
You open the car and the engine is in there. There's a lot of very strange looking corrosion. And you realize the engine itself is not present. The distributor cap is there, and there's other engine bits, but they're sitting on something else that has replaced the engine. At this point, Navad. Now you're probably just coming out of the, so I would say Lita.
Mm-hmm.
You realize that there are two eyes looking at you from behind the headlights of the car.
Okay.
So two organic eyes kind of pressed into the cavity.
Okay.
and Oni and Pickles are standing right next to this thing.
Freaked out. So is there like a face or I'm just seeing eyes?
So as you watch, the car raises up about 2 inches.
Oh no.
The car is being used like a snail shell by a large creature that is inside it.
Okay.
And it's got like the top of the engine like as a hat and has its shoulders up under the suspension. Its eyes are pressed inside where the headlights are, and it's got 4 stumpy legs, and it raises itself up so the tires get off the ground. And at this point, Oni, you realize that the thing is getting up, and there is something in the shell of the car, and it appears unhappy that you just popped the hood open.
And we're the me and Pickles are the closest to it, right?
You're right there looking inside what now feels like popping the top of someone's skull.
Oof.
I definitely pull out my gun and take a few steps from it.
That makes so you're like.
And Lita, as soon as she would have seen the eyes and realizing how close it was to Pickles, would have also drawn her gun.
Okay. At this point, you see. And I will ask for forbearance from everyone, including the viewers. The agent has been called away on another mission. May return. We will assume not. If he does, we welcome him back. For the moment, we are proceeding with the 4 of you. And we will simply editorially write out that he has gone to get water. And
he took my tape measure and he's going to go take his measurements.
It's a very heroic thing for him to have done.
Yeah.
And like Ryan George, I will ask you not to ask me any more questions about it. All right. So at this point, the VOD comes out and sees one by one the other cars in the parking lot. Some of them actually have those shuttered headlights.
Mm-hmm.
One of them actually
No,
I don't like this at all.
and is looking at you. And it's a pack of 7 of these things.
Okay.
In the parking lot. And it occurs to you this might be why these 7 cars appear to have been unmolested. Because they're not cars. So I'm going to need an initiative roll from everybody. And I'll go around one by one, ask for your result. That you roll your speed in dice, which is in the lower left corner of your sheet. And you add the numbers together. So Navad, you're first.
Okay, I go first.
Yep.
And here I go.
It should auto total for you. Okay,
16 for me.
Perfect. And
middle of the pack.
What's your initiative? Good Lord, woman.
24.
Wow.
Pickles.
Pickles.
The cat.
Okay.
You hope Pickles is fast. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Faster. All right.
And Lita.
Not bad.
Okay.
All right.
Good. The 2 who drew their guns first.
Yeah, so Oni.
I mean, good.
The one right in front of you has the hood open, and you can actually see the fleshy thing. The other ones, though, are cars. Like they're basically wearing the car as like an armored shell. So again, think of a cross between a D&D boulette and like like a snail, except horrible. So what do you do?
Is there anywhere to sort of take cover quickly amongst these?
In the building that Nevada's coming out of, they are wider than the door to the building.
Gotcha.
Like they're cars.
Yeah, right. Duh. I definitely yell to Lita, head for the building.
Oh, okay.
So do you go yourself to the building on your initiative?
She wouldn't go without Pickles. So unless Pickles is Pickles leaping?
I think is Pickles still on me?
I'd assume so, yes.
Yeah.
So I start calling to the door that Nevada's coming out of, and I'm sort of.
Okay, so Oni and Lita have a 24 and a 21, which is real fast.
Mm-hmm.
The two of you can pull back into the dollar store pretty fast. Navad. Look, it's a pack of horrible car monsters.
So I like stroll out of this dollar store to see my friends running away from a bunch of like car monsters.
Looking,
Turn
I think,
around.
pretty universally freaked out, I think is fair to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my thing is like I can kind of pick up on the fact that they're barreling towards me.
Okay. Shannon, I know I can rely on you, buddy. Being roughly my age, if I say that this is cars driven by Basil Wolverton.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like a big, like Rat Fink style, big
Perfect.
tongue, bubbly eyed.
Horrible. It's got like all the like veins. And
Yeah.
all this, and so it's anything but cute.
Yeah. Oh no, they're horrible.
Yeah.
They're like yeah. So I'm feeling like I'm kind of pulling a Grandpa Simpson here, where I'm like do, and I just like come
Right
out
back
and
in.
turn all the way back around. I mean, I'm gonna hold the door for my friends who are barreling towards the.
You literally just hold the door for them. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
come
I'm
out,
like,
hold the door, we run
gentlemen.
past, you close the door.
Right.
So they communicate with each other by honking.
Oh,
They've
that's
got
not
an
fair.
internal bladder that they flex, and they let out this sort of, and they seem very aggressive. So this is very maximum overdrive,
Ooh.
like menaced by cars that they can't get to you, but they're big, right? Like even though there's things in there, they're full-size cars.
So I just want to understand, they are in fact creatures that have disguised themselves as cars somehow through mutations and whatever natural selection, not critters that have like crawled into a abandoned car husk and gotten into it.
Don't know. That sounds like an excellent post-mortem.
Okay. So we'll have to kill one and find out, or not.
It's one of those two things. That's
Okay.
So what do? Do you just wait for them to be frustrated? Do you run? Do you throw things at them?
So we're all in the store now. All of us are safe in the.
You're in the
they're just-
store. The one saving grace seems to be they waddle, so they're not particularly fast. Like they're not using the wheels. So they're very, very broadly muscular, and they've got almost elephant legs, like very thick, because they have to support all that weight. But that just means they kind of go, to half the car, and they kind of do this. They'd be like super dense turtles that had too much pizza.
Yeah. I think we should definitely try to talk to them. I mean, I don't speak horn honking, but maybe they understand us. So I just open the door and say, "Hey, calm down."
Yeah. So the two closest ones, let the bottom of their jaw, so the top of the jaw is where the grill of the car is. The jaw opens, so they've got big, multiple shark-like rows of teeth.
Oh.
And
No.
the spittle dribbles
No.
like hot oil
No.
and sizzles in the pavement.
Mm-mm.
Honk, honk,
That's their response.
honk.
Cursed.
So
Cursed.
can I I'm trying to think of how to word this so I don't have to roll the dice and inevitably fail. Is the way they're communicating at all like, say, like Morse code? Are they communicating in a certain series of honks, or are they just blaring on the horn and terrifying us that way?
Roll 3 dice, and maybe you can get really lucky. The simple answer is it might be fascinating, and you might be interested in a scholarly way of studying it, but it would be not like a 30-second study. It would
You
be
need like a
3-week
corpse to
study.
take home.
Well, you'd want to listen to them communicating
Oh,
for
yeah.
weeks.
Okay.
Take notes. 5 is a partial. The simplest translation seems to be they're horny for food. So some
that's called hungry.
Also known as horny for food.
There's but
Hangry?
doesn't maybe hangry, right? Because there's an element of like
It's
carnal,
the feral hungry, not just hungry. I
It's
get
like
it.
hungry.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Horny.
I have a dog. I have a dog. Yeah, there's an attitude.
Yeah, no, they're all excited because they think the dinner.
Oh
is
no, they are mistaken.
you.
I need a shirt that says horny for food yesterday.
I think we have our AKA title for this episode.
Yeah.
We often find a phrase or something that comes up in the middle of an episode of like, well, that's the alternate name for this episode.
Horny
And
for food is
I think
definitely
horny for food might
All
be.
7 of them are now backing up.
backing up.
Backing up.
Oh no, are they like preparing to ram? No.
Maybe because they're not turning around. They're
Okay.
backing up.
Backing away from the building? Oh boy.
Can we put anything? Can we move anything in front of the doors?
So you literally look around. It's some of the cheapest
Great.
wire racks and like
Fantastic.
chopped together like Swedish shelving, like stuff that a 5-year-old boy with a wiffle bat could go, I'll destroy this all. Yeah.
Okay.
I do like the idea of you tactically, almost like a Terminator looking around. Okay, we need mass between us and now. Fuck.
Yeah, they'll be like, okay, none of this will work. Literally, none of
Said
it.
it out loud, Hannah. You, when you're watching them, yes, they are also arranging themselves in a line.
Okay.
Oh no.
I don't. That's not. That's. Is there an additional exit
Yes.
in the
There's a
building?
rear exit. There is a back. There's a storeroom in back. There is a lounge. There's a bathroom, which is probably another nightmare.
There's a lounge.
Oh, loud.
Well, the lounge is probably like 8x10 room where they used to eat microwave burritos on break.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
At this point, they all settled back down on the tires.
Oh no.
And then they progress with the Barney rumbling.
No.
So while riding on the tires, they take their very powerful legs and do this like a skateboard.
No.
No. No.
And all 8 monster cars start rushing at surprising speed directly at the building.
We gotta get out of
Do
here.
we have time to take the back exit?
You could fucking run. Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
We should run.
Running.
I think we should run.
Yeah.
I'm going to need, once again, and we're going to go around
Oh
North of Nevada. Let's do that. Run.
Oh my
Me?
gosh.
Run test, please. Yeah.
Oh my
Mr. One.
gosh. We're all getting trampled.
Oh, you
right?
got
Yo, what's up?
Gosh.
No,
Yo,
that'll
yo.
Congratulations.
do it. Oni.
Oh,
You might have to work on an advance for your rod roll, man.
oh my gosh.
Okay, she makes it.
That'll do.
Pickles, you don't got to worry about it because it could be on someone or levitate.
Okay. I will do
Lita.
mine then.
Lead of them.
Okay. 1-6.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
The 7 cars hit the brought in under code, under budget, low bid construction of this terrible dollar store. They hit simultaneously, which is going to collapse the building. So the 4 of you jump out the back door, Michael Bay style, and the building gives way behind you.
Oh my gosh.
And you hear some dismayed honking.
Dismayed.
That's also a good AKA title. Dismayed honking is also very good.
It's
What
not
is
a
that?
bit. It's
What
still
does
be,
that like, Mike?
Yeah, let's get us some dismayed honking.
Please.
Oh no.
it's also the name of my shoegaze man.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to say that's our 5-minute bio break.
That sounds
gosh.
that is a good place
Fantastic.
to take a bio break.
As good a place as any.
Yeah.
So
All right.
the 4 characters hitting the dirt as the thing collapses behind them.
And we
hear
still
the
don't know where
horrible
Goldwater
sound,
is, but
And then
he's still off in
I
water.
asked you not to ask questions.
Oh, right, I know.
You're gonna
I like
get all
to-
the way
I
off my
like-
back.
Yeah, he already had gone out back. He was already
Yeah.
looking for water, taking his
You
own measurements.
by getting proper measurements.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right, 5 minutes. When last we left, our bold adventurers were jumping out the back of a dollar store, which collapsed with a sound of mournful horns. We're going to watch from a distance. We're going to pull back the camera and we'll see the group kind of scatter and run away. From the vantage way of the camera, we'll see that 3 of the 4 cars will pull out of the ruins, but they've taken damage. Like one has the whole right panel is off, but there's like so picture under it by cranking it open, it's like Attack from Titan under there. So it's all meat and bone.
Ugh.
Where the car comes away.
Ugh.
When it pulls back, there's a blood slick.
Oh,
Oh no!
The party has noped away.
No, literally.
And as you don't quite feel completely safe yet, you're not far enough away to feel completely safe. I'm going to say, Oni, you see down a connecting road. So this is a road that will go around and lead to the feeder of the highway you were following. There is someone on a Harley. The Harley is shiny. So you don't know, you've not seen one that looks that new maybe ever. The person is wearing equally shiny plasteel armor, has a white long coat. Up the back of the car, there's one of those flexible antennas with a little white banner, and sees you from a distance and is riding towards you on the motorcycle.
Friend of yours?
How far are they again?
So currently at far range.
Oh, okay, so they're pretty far. Yeah, no. Anybody recognize that?
I'm assuming that's not someone that Pickles or Lita would recognize.
No. Did you ever see a movie called Night Riders?
yeah.
Okay. So this is picture taking a person from Night Riders and giving him the simple mirror paint and mirror painting all their kind of like night cosplay.
Okay.
So it's a very shiny motorcycle night.
Okay.
Interesting.
Not familiar to us.
No,
Okay. Not familiar to Oni or
no, where you come from is very, again,
Right.
saying not Mitsubishi. Jesus, Mike.
Miyazaki.
Miyazaki. Wow.
Mitsubishi.
But you know that like aesthetic, the pseudo steampunk that's in a lot of his work. I think that's what Secundus is like. So this is nothing that would belong there.
Okay.
I definitely pull my gun.
Okay. He has crossed on his back as he's riding. You see he's got a shotgun and a wide-bladed sword, maybe,
Not drawn.
on his back. You see
Okay. That's
doing
something.
X pattern.
I mean, that's still a shotgun. Ooh.
So he's
And a
approaching.
sword.
He's slowing as he gets closer, and you
Okay.
can hear the wounded honks retreating as they pull back and away.
Oh gosh.
And he's more slowly coming in.
Lita, I would very much recommend pulling out that gun again.
Oh, she's got it out. She never put it
Okay,
away.
good,
With
fantastic.
the honking, she's had the gun out for sure.
So he's at near range. So near range is defined as being a small battlefield. So like a playground, a parking lot, like a small area.
Okay.
He's going to stop at a distance, stop the motorcycle, put on the kickstand, and get off. He dismounts. He puts his hands up like this. He is not reaching for his weapons.
Okay.
Good. That's always good.
Lita will do the same. Holster her gun, do the same.
Yeah. So, what is the name of the actor who plays the Mandalorian? It's Pedro.
Pedro Pascal.
Pascal, yeah.
So not the. So Pedro Pascal. So I've got on my website a version of me with 9 pictures of myself as all of the alignments. So there's like me taken at a haunted house, evil chaotic Mike. There's me in a suit. It's the neutral lawful Mike. So Pedro Pascal has the super sexy, neutral, chaotic, Mandalorian, like scruffy, like this is the Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Oh no.
Like that guy, right? Where the mustache has almost become like, the creep. And he's got a very, so far Kdin's caught all of these. Do you know who Milos Gloriosus is?
You finally stumped me.
I don't. Yeah.
You'd have to know musicals. It's from A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. There's a song about a guy who was Gaston before Gaston. So the first thing you see when he comes on stage is he says, "Stand aside, I take large steps." Like that's Milos Gloriosus. So very Gaston, but like from the late 60s.
Okay.
So looks like, acts like pseudo Gaston looks and kind of has the charisma of Maxwell Lord. Fantastic.
He's got that. Yeah, I think he's got that energy.
Okay.
The first thing out of his mouth is, "You ladies need some help?"
Oh, for the love of.
I mean, I still have my gun drawn just because.
Lita doesn't.
I you know what? I might be opening up another assistant slot if Oni's.
Forgive me, I've been tracking you. I saw the smoke plume and I was concerned.
Concerned. And why didn't you help when we were surrounded?
Excuse me, miss, is your cat talking?
Oh, for the love of... That's disrespectful.
That's...
Oh, are you throwing your voice?
No.
Oh, that's really... I kind of want to...
No. For your well-being, what is your... sir, what is your name?
They call me Paladin Jones.
Paladin Jones. I think it would be best if you listened to my liege here, the person I work for.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't see you.
No. Does he think I'm gesturing to Navad?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. She's going to gesture very directly to Pickles and be like, "I'm sorry, I think you're confused. Did you hit your shiny head on something?"
Many, many times. I'm quite resilient.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
I appreciate the concern. What we really need is a vehicle. If you really want to be of assistance to us, the vehicles we did come upon were possessed by some sort of creature, plural. It was not pleasant.
They were horny for food, I believe.
That's one way to describe it. That is one way to describe
hungry?
it. They were hungry. I don't know what they consume. I can assume flesh.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, it's a good thing I'm here. I can make sure that we get clear of this terrible place.
You know what would be ideal is just, do you know of non-possessed corporeal vehicles in this area?
I maintain several.
I don't. Do I have anything that would let me get a read on whether I think he's
you're looking for an
trustworthy?
inside check?
Yes.
I got one of those.
Wait,
use it.
What's your insight?
I would defer to Pickles.
Okay.
So yes,
So,
but I innately don't trust him. So I would be curious what Pickles read.
Well, you're also used to working as a team. So who's got the higher number of
Pickles?
I
for
do.
sure. Yeah.
Okay. So you can roll and add a die for Lita.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Because I don't trust him as far as I can throw him.
I mean, I already don't like him. So all right.
I'm seeing the twitching
so-
of Pickles' whiskers, which I know
Hey.
means irritation.
Okay. As far as you can tell, humans, all humans, have simpler brains than felines. They're already. Humans work very much like they do this key thing with their babies, and they think that that's cute because they think, look at the babies are stupid because you distract them with keys. They don't realize that they just rattled the keys for 20
Right.
minutes. So we're every bit as distracted as the baby. Like they don't get that. That's the human mind. Is the human mind is endlessly distracted.
Precisely.
They don't have the focus of a cat. This guy, you know when you're laying out a program in BASIC, like the real simple logic gates where you use like the ovals and the squares and the flowcharts? As far as you can tell, Paladin Jones, this is his brain. Oh, she has red hair. That's Foxy. My boots are a little too tight. It might rain. You think that guy's gay?
Oh,
I'm hungry.
no. Okay.
So not ill-intentioned, but
You don't think so? I mean, maybe he clearly doesn't understand the inherent irony of chosen to be
Yeah.
a white knight.
Like, not
Literally.
even fully
Like,
him,
that is
though.
not
Just
sunk
like.
in. Yeah, like he does it. That is like he's
Wow.
impenetrable to that. You would think it would almost be acceptable if it was a little bit of a wink and a swagger, but that's not there, right? So, is he playing a game with you? No. Like, and you don't think deception is like something he could consistently be on
Okay.
top of? But that's your read. Like, you might not want to share your general opinion of humans, but as far as that and then how it applies to this particular human, that's where you're coming from.
well, can I hop from Oni's shoulder over to Lita's shoulder?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, especially consider you can do telekinetically assisted
You
jumps.
just glide, place.
Yeah, like,
Let's see. I kind of want to at this point almost defer the swagger of the situation, because if this man is as, let's say, checked out
Mm-hmm.
as he appears to be, Lita being a pre-gen, we
Mhm.
kind of have a little bit of an upper hand here. So I feel like
well, you know from experience, if she's willing to work that with someone
yeah.
like this, he will do whatever she wants.
so I kind of whisper into Lita's ears. It's like, you know how this works. So let's take him for everything he's worth, but make him think he's doing us a favor.
Noted. And she'll kind of give a little nod of her head and she'll look at him and she'll say, Paladin Jones, was it?
Paladin Jones.
Oh, I've had such a day. I was crushed under my transportation vehicle, was chased by these disgusting creatures that I told you of. As I said, if you could just help me find a vehicle that will not try to kill me, you would be my hero to put.
Pulls out a pocket square out of his plasteel breastplate and hands it to you.
She's gonna take it.
It's been scented by some sort of spritz of post-apocalyptic Axe body spray.
Oh, what a divine scent.
I think it's important for a man to have a signature fragrance.
It is very definitive.
Does your kitty like milk?
I'm gonna assume that at this point we've decided to just let Pickles return to the same facade that we had when we first met Oni and Navad and all of them. No, not particularly. Doesn't actually. It's actually a misunderstanding that cats actually can't digest milk. It's actually not good for them. I'm getting ahead of myself. No.
Well,
Thank
I
you.
do have a vehicle that I could lend you.
Wonderful. How far is that vehicle from here?
About an hour and a half.
I think we can make that work. She's gonna look at Oni and Navad and be like, is that?
I mean, I can't guarantee that I won't kill this guy between now and then, but let's give it a try.
Yes, we will, you lead the way and we will follow.
He leans in to Lita. I gotta love your friend Sass.
She is a delight. You are just, the more you get to know her, I've only known her for maybe 25 minutes.
She seems like a
she is extremely capable. And when you see her with that gun, you saw. Just trust me.
I could give her some lessons if she used to.
No, she's gonna try to like guide him away, like to the front, so that they can't hear him.
You're gonna put a lid on him.
She's going to just quietly try to like, you know what? I would love if you showed me about this sword on your back. That is, ooh.
So he pulls it out. Picture the handle being a shake weight. So the grip, and when he pulls it out, it hums. This is a very rare thing. And when he does this, it makes like a whing, whing. You wouldn't recognize this. Pickles, make a psi roll. There's a chance you'll figure out what this is, even from a distance.
Oh, wow. I don't think we've ever done a psi roll before.
Ooh.
All right.
No.
Good. Great. No pressure. We've never done one of these before.
I think Shannon's right. I think it's the first.
I was like, I was like, wait, where is that?
Where is that even located?
And I was like, is it
it's in the
SCI or PSI?
I had the same thought at first.
Yeah.
It's in the part of your sheet that one goes.
You have no tech as well, right? We both
I have
no
zero.
Tech.
I have zero.
That's a big part of it.
All
and
right.
neither did Goldwater.
All right, so here we go. 5 dice.
Ooh.
Okay, that's high for Psy. There we go.
Okay.
Partial success.
Partial. There is a weapon that's rare but known called a grav hammer. And the way the grav hammer works, it has internal weights and it shifts its mass so that when you pull up, it goes with the blow, and when it comes down, all the weight goes into the impact area. So it does massive damage. You're pretty sure this thing that looks like it has a shake weight hilt is a grav sword, which means it has internal mass that shifts with his blow, which means that thing can probably go through cars. And on the side is written the word justice.
Lita's gonna say, what does it say there? As if she like can't quite read. Might be not as smart.
Make an insight check.
Okay. Where is my insight? There it is. Okay. She's mostly trying to be. Oh no, not good. She's playing dumb.
So only make an insight check.
She's like, it's so shiny. How do you keep it so polished in these conditions?
That's called symbolizing.
Okay.
Ooh, that's good.
I did.
There we go. There we go.
Oni, you realize the game Lita's playing because you saw B do that. The problem is she's overplaying her hand. So she's doing the, yes, I'm innocent damsel. Read the one word off your sword to me. And he is now, his ego is erect. It's overplayed to the point where if she's not careful, he's going to be way into her in a way that she probably doesn't want.
Oh no.
But she did not cop to that. Her role was not that magnificent.
No,
that role was magnificent. All right, so she's currently trying to get him to do what you need. And you also with that role figure out that she's also throwing herself on the grenade of his masculinity for you.
Could I
figured that out as well?
Could I potentially roll as well?
I'm gonna say no because you're a cat.
That's fair. You're a cat.
I think somebody should go over your adorably
all just like weird ass human
stuff.
Yeah. But clearly so intellectually superior head. And Nevada generally has the same sort of disassociation from a lot of this.
I mean, all right, that's fair.
The group agrees, it sounds like, to go with him to his cache. He offers Lita a ride on his motorcycle. It's a Harley style. He's got a hog with like the big banana seat that's actually built to have a passenger.
Does Oni like warn me that I may be
Well,
getting?
When he offers you a ride on his motorcycle, and before you can say anything, I say, actually, we kind of need her. She's very skilled at keeping us safe. So
I'm a scout.
Sorry, bro.
Oh.
Like I'm gonna pull rank. She gotta stay with the pack.
Oh, that's fine. I'm here to help. I think of myself as an ally.
Oh, for the love of.
All right. This way, and you see, by the way, that his shotgun has the word truth written on it.
Oh no.
I love the idea of Pickles just like quietly saying all of these things under like
a lot of cat eye rolls.
Yes.
Like the cat rubbing the temples kind of a thing.
All right.
You remember Salem from Sabrina? Just the puppet Salem is just like, oh.
Yes, exactly.
As you travel, he pulls up beside Lita. I understand you're a skilled scout. I have a lot of respect for ladies with skills.
Oh, in my experience, those aren't very hard to come by.
Good to hear. It's where we are here in the wasteland. There's a lot of scavengers, and I can't even tell what they are. There's an awful lot of rubber masks and toy bullets, and let me tell you how I feel. And he turns on his radio, and he starts singing Sister Christian to you.
I'm not familiar with this particular tune.
He sings
this is,
and he will occasionally look over and attempt to look smoldering and attempt to make eye contact, and then the motorcycle will wobble a little.
Did anyone, in my mind, did anyone take him up on the offer to ride with him? Like, did Navad get on with him instead of me?
I did not.
Okay, so he's by himself. We're all just, how are we walking and he's riding along next to us?
Yes, which is one of the reasons it's wobbling.
That's
he's
so much worse.
He's driving too slow.
So much worse.
Yeah.
Oh no. She's gonna very respectfully be like, I would love it if you could just ride a few paces ahead. I'm a very good scout, as you indicated, but I would really appreciate extra eyes on the front, and I'll keep my eyes back here.
Don't scouts normally ride ahead?
Well, normally they would, but the thing is, we were being chased. So I'm actually concerned about a sneaky attack from the rear. We could certainly switch. If you'd prefer to cover the rear, I could move up to the front. But I just think one of the two of us.
I'm not comfortable discussing the rear in mixed company.
Oh.
Make a persuade roll. You get to add an extra die if you bat your eyes at the meatloaf.
Oh, she will bat her eyes. She'll be like, okay. And she's going to make a persuade roll. It's a lot of dice. There's a couple 5s and a 6 in there.
All right, that makes sense. You'll be the scout, but I'll ride ahead. All right.
It's just what I'm used to, Thank you.
And he pulls away.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
she's going to look at Pickles and just kind of like bug her eyes.
That was just deeply uncomfortable for me. I don't even know how humans do whatever.
That's not the norm in even my experience. It's honestly.
Oh, so that's weird for humans.
Oh, yes. And she's going to look at Oni like, right?
I mean, I don't play these games, but I've seen other
Oh.
do it. And you know, I'm an investigator. I've had to act as well, but when I come across someone like that, let's just say if we didn't need a car, maybe he wouldn't be breathing so much. I don't know.
That's also an effective strategy.
I can take him out if you want. I mean,
let's all just be honest that the only sharp thing about that guy is his sword, and honestly, I think he shouldn't even have that.
very
It's a
dangerous.
nice sword.
It's a nice sword. I'm not saying we.
Oni, have you used a sword? Or could you use a sword?
I could learn.
I could learn.
Yeah, right. That's it.
I'm just saying, depending on how things go, we should just keep an eye on that.
I mean,
An
generally,
hour
I
and
don't
10
like
minutes
playing
later.
around too much, but even this one's wearing on my patience. So let's keep our options open.
He takes you out to where it would have been basically suburban. He
Okay.
takes you into an area that's got one of those old FM roads.
Mm-hmm.
Takes you down there, and there's a building that's mostly not ruined, and it's actually got a underground garage. It says, I know this doesn't look great, but it's got my headquarters, my lair, if you will, is beneath the surface of the wasted earth. And he takes a little radio thing clipped to his armor, and he toggles it. Morty, it's not Morty, I'm sorry, Monty. I'm coming in with a bold boy. I'm not a bald boy. Sorry, you're not a young man, an earnest young man, 2 ladies, and a cat. And the door to the garage opens. And you can see there's a ramp that goes down.
Who's you said it's not Morty. What is it?
Monty.
Monty. Who's Monty?
He's my man's man. He's my gentleman's gentleman.
Does that mean? Wait, what?
What
does that mean? You have a gentleman and he's that guy's other gentleman as well?
No. He helps me on my mission. He maintains my vehicles. I make sure that he has everything that he needs. We have a mission here in this part of the waste. I help those in need who might not be able to help themselves.
Okay. I mean, I get that.
How many people have you helped?
He turns the motorcycle around to show you the other side, and there are 8 little tick marks on his gas tank that are depictions of busty ladies.
Oh,
like
fantastic.
On an old World War II fighter jet.
Okay.
But they're on so he basically put damsels for the people that he believes he has rescued.
How long have you been doing this, my guy?
7 weeks, I think.
Oh.
Weeks.
Weeks, yes. Oh no. I've been in training for quite a while, and I wasn't always Paladin Jones.
It was probably Busboy Jones.
What did you do before?
Jobs. This way, please.
That's unsettling.
He parks his motorcycle and then goes down the ramp on foot.
Are we going to go down here?
Into the man cave?
Yeah, I just
it's where the car is.
Okay.
Oh, no. Nothing like that. I will have consent before I attempt to be alone with you.
Oh, yes. The car. Let's focus on the car.
And explains. Consent is very important.
Oh, yes. I agree and am familiar much so with the concept. And appreciate you respecting that. What we really need to do is focus on that vehicle. So we will follow you to that.
Excellent. Monty, okay. I'm home. And you head down, and there is a goblin.
What could go wrong?
Wearing mechanics clothes.
Oh.
And what's down here is basically a cosplay Batcave. So there's
So it is the man cave.
There's a computer with a lot of extra monitors he doesn't need. There's several vehicles. There's a bunch of weapons hanging from hooks. There's a second set of white armor that's been symbolized, so it's nice and shiny. And the goblin is wiping his hands. He's working on one of the cars. Oh, hello. Does he think he rescued you?
Yeah, he does think that. You're like you.
I'm gonna go have to put another titty lady on his motorcycle. He's pretty well trained. He talks a lot of shit, but he really does help. So please don't kill him.
Oh,
Monty, you're hilarious. Do we have any of the fizzy drink left? No, we don't have any fizzy drink left. We've got some of that terrible milk from the moobs, and we've got some of the herb stuff that's probably almost alcohol by now. Well, would you like some herb stuff that might almost be alcohol by now?
haven't touched the stuff in years. Thank you, though.
All right. And he grabs a paintbrush and a little thing with some paints in it, and he heads up to go put another thing in the castle.
Oh, okay.
This one here, and it's like the family truckster from Vacation. So it's like,
oh yeah, truckster,
but it's been repainted white and literally has a van painting of a white knight on the doors of the car.
Hannah feels bad. Lita. I feel so bad if we take advantage of him.
I mean,
we're not taking advantage.
No.
So sometimes when I'm making my rounds, I prefer to use my faithful steed upstairs. But sometimes when I think I might have to take other people somewhere, like I take the old girl here.
If I might ask, what motivates? Thank you. What motivates you on this quest? I mean, what is your end goal here?
Don't encourage him.
Thank you.
So I failed as a guard on a watch once. And by the time I found my sister, they had removed her legs.
Oh no, I feel bad.
I knew that it wasn't enough to just watch the wall and protect the settlement. We need more. So I got better armor, better weapons, and I don't sleep. And he reaches into, actually he's in there, that'll be in the saddlebag and motorcycle. He actually walks up beside the little Batcave computer, and there are a bunch of meds sitting on a shelf. And he shows you, he's basically taking meds to almost never sleep. So he's taking boosted awareness medication.
Yikes.
So that won't happen again. I'll see to it.
So I'm not sure if it's healthy to be awake all the time. I think it messes with your brain and causes, what's the word, misogyny. I don't know.
I haven't had a misogyny in at least 3 weeks. Monty, when the muscles get sore, Monty generally takes care of it.
Oh, he does.
Okay.
Is Monty still in the room with us?
He's coming back down.
Okay.
He's whistling. He cleans the brush. He's put another another lady on the motorcycle.
Hey, Mr. Jones. Can I talk to you?
Certainly, lad.
Come here, just like a guy thing. Come here.
Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. I hate to exclude your voices, and I hate terms like guy talk, but your friend here wishes to have a moment alone. Is that all right?
Oh yes,
Please.
very much so. Yes, we'll examine your faithful steed, or not the faithful steed, your old lady. While you talk.
Thank you. And he turns back to Navad. You have to respect. They want to be heard too.
No, I get it. I get. Look, hey, look, man. You've been doing this for 7 weeks.
Yes.
And you haven't slept that whole time.
Oh, of course. I don't want to go insane.
Right. Okay. Look,
I've
my
slept
friend.
twice.
I'm kind of doing what you're doing. My friend Oni, she kind of does what you're doing. We help people.
Firecracker, that one.
Yeah. She's pretty intense. Look, here's the thing. You got your friend. What's Monty? Your friend is Monty?
Yes, Monty is my gentleman's gentleman.
Yeah. Does he ever go help you when you go do these things?
No, he tries to talk me out of doing them. He tries to convince me to eat and sleep, and he gives me misogynies.
Yeah, okay. So look, that's not what that word doesn't. It's okay. Here's the thing. I've been doing this for a while. I'm younger than you, and so I hope
you carry it well.
I hope you will allow me to convince you, but you really need to get some friends. And what will happen if you have friends is you guys can take turns being the one who's watching for stuff and looking out for people, and you can get some sleep and not be a mess.
Make an insight roll.
Okay. Hold on, my insight is a 4. Oh man, what? Okay, where's my dice roller?
I like to imagine that Lita is just like bending over to Pickles and being like, the moment this goes south, you run. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, no, that was bad across the board.
Okay. He ends up with his arm around you.
Okay.
Oh.
And says, I appreciate you sharing that. It's good that you have so much insight with your balls so freshly dropped.
Look,
My
man.
friend and I will save every life we can. And there's nothing that can stop me from doing that.
Do I notice the shift in tone here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Funny thing about the wet rock that is misogyny.
So, what am I going to do here? Now I'm like locked in combo with this guy.
Meanwhile, upstairs. Not upstairs, like over the other side of the room.
Right, okay.
Monty says, so did he literally rescue you, or did he think he rescued you?
50-50. It's a little bit.
Really just providing a resource. We already kind of got ourselves out of harm's way. We just need a vehicle.
Well,
Kind of like a chauffeur, you know?
Right up front, though, and I don't mean any offense here. Does one of you have a mutant power that looks like a cat? Or are you a sentient cat?
Well, I mean, I don't think I know you well enough to get into that right now.
You see, we're talking about all kinds of stuff, and to me, when you've got a talking telepathic cat in the room, talking about anything else is burying the lead in a big bad way. Because you would be, as far as I know, the third sentient species on Earth. Fourth if you count the angels.
Well, you would have to count the angels, wouldn't you?
So, angel, octopus, human, cat.
Not by choice, and not particularly in the order, but more or less.
I heard that the awesomes, some of the possums are evolving, so that would be fine. But I don't think it's, how common are you an individual, or are there a bunch like you?
Well, you know what?
Private, I'm sorry.
Why don't you take us to where we're going? You seem to be a little bit more keen, and you might actually be privy to a little bit more information.
Yeah,
Give
thing is,
your friend a break, though.
Jones there. So there's this group of raiders, and they have a leader they call Curse, and they're bad news, and they're slowly, from time to time, you get warlords in an area. Like mostly, you get like one group of people gets a leader that's pushy. Sometimes you get somebody who gets jumped up, decides the warlord, and starts taking over whole areas. This dude Curse is one of those guys, and he's taking over big chunks of everything to the west and north of here, almost as far as Houston. My understanding is he's actually taking a move on Waco itself. So this dude was taking over Jones's settlement, did some damage to his family. Jones is maybe not entirely all right, but he drove those raiders out damn near single-handed. He lost his shit, and there was a lot of blood. Lot of blood. Something about his sister he hasn't shared with me. I'm convinced it's pretty bad, though.
Oh, I feel like he told us within 30 seconds of us getting here.
Yeah, see, what he doesn't know is he could sleep with me, but he wants to sleep with you. Well, he's not going to tell me anything.
He did say you do the misogyny with him, which I thought meant something else. Was that not?
Yeah, no, see, I'm gay.
Yeah.
And if you've seen the ass on that guy?
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah, and those eyes, holy shit. I mean, he's thick, but you know.
But so there.
I'm his gentleman's gentleman. That's apparently way over his head, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes back from his little missions that give him massages.
Massages. That's what it was. Okay.
And he hasn't figured out, like, it's way too subtle. It's going way over his head. And he's a tall dude. The point being, yeah, he's a bucket of rocks, but his heart is kind of in the right place. And if you get into a scrap, I'm shit. Like, I've got a little bit of a hold-up pistol and I've got a wrench. He can take out whole groups of people.
But you're saying we can trust him.
He thinks of himself as a knight. He's trying to do, he thinks he failed his settlement and his sister. He's trying to do right. I've seen nothing to suggest that his heart is not 100% in it. His brain? Yeah. Again, I'm not his gentleman because of his brain.
Yeah.
Fair.
If I can, it just doesn't seem sustainable what he's doing.
No, that's why I've got a couple of antidotes. I've got he's going to stroke out.
Yeah. It seems like that might happen sooner.
I've got some basic medical, I'm not a full-on medic, but I've got a kit bag.
Okay.
So some of that shit he's popping is not what he thinks it is.
Noted.
Okay.
If you care about somebody, even if he's the equivalent of a big dumb dog, you kind of got to do what you can, how you can.
I imagine that's how Pickles feels about me sometimes. So I think we understand.
Is the phrase Ultracat the right phrase, or is that?
No. You got it.
I thought it was a myth.
Not so much myth, more legend, if that makes sense.
So, okay, I'm a little rusty because the big guy is not real huge on like double talk or inference. Let me see if I can catch up. That suggests you'd prefer that you remain an urban legend?
Yes.
So I will not mention that I've met you. So in answer to your kind of question earlier, you're in no danger from him. You're pretty and you're clean. But honestly, your friend there, who just rolled her eyes, is a little dangerous and more his type.
Oh, that's good for me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a net gain for
us.
The worst that would happen
A
is
little
he
bad
might,
For Oni, but
for
I
Oni,
mean,
but yeah.
but he's going to really underestimate you because he's going to see you as somebody to be rescued. He's not going to, he'll react differently to her. But if you let him down at all, the worst he's going to do is mope.
oh,
The only time I've seen him get into fights and get thorny is when someone undermines his masculinity, or maybe does it by mistake, and then he can be truculent.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, Navad,
arm clenched.
Paladin Jones takes his arm around you.
Mm-hmm.
You think the ladies are doing well?
Probably.
What's with the cat?
Oh, the cat's. The cat is. I'm pretending I'm not seeing Kdin doing that.
To me, I think the funniest way to play that, given the way everyone just reacted, is we would shoot the shot with you, and then over his shoulder, you'd see the cat jumping up.
No, so actually, what I'm gonna kind of try to just like mumble a little bit and double talk him a little bit, because what I'm really wanting to do is to do a read spell on this guy.
Give me deception.
Okay.
To do it on the down low. Fortunately, he's get an extra die because he's not
extra die.
Yeah, he's not the sharpest tool in the deck.
Okay. I got a partial.
So partial gets an eyebrow raise from him, but he figures out that you did something, but has no idea what.
Okay.
Go ahead and make your divine roll.
Okay. Got it.
Forgive the vulgar bluntness, please. His surface thoughts are, he's probably fucking the redhead. The other one's hotter anyway. I can afford to waste the car. Let's just get her A to B and let's see how far I get.
Okay. So he thinks I'm with Lita.
Yeah.
He's into Oni. He's willing to risk driving us.
Hoping to get laid, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of slap him on the back.
Ha
Jones, it was great talking to you. I still think you need to get some friends, but guess what? I'm going to talk to my friends, and I'm going to see if we can be your friend for a little bit until we can get you some real friends.
And I'll tell you what. I hope
that
you come away from this with something to aspire to.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
The VOD comes back into the main room, followed by Paladin Jones.
Did you have a good talk?
Yeah, we should probably huddle up at some point.
Very wise, yeah.
So are you in a hurry? Shall we gas up the old girl?
Yeah. Hey, Paladin Jones, Mr. Jones, maybe you should gas up the old girl. I want to talk to my friends here a little bit.
I can. Monty, let's you and I have a couple of moments of guy time. Yeah, you have no idea how much I'd like that. But we can gas the car. That's fine.
Okay, cool.
They go and start doing basic car prep and maintenance. So the group is now alone in the guy's garage.
Okay, he's kind of a piece of work, this guy.
Yeah, we've deciphered that a little bit from
we gathered
a little bit
yeah,
of
well,
that with his friend.
Yeah, obviously, he's looped out of his mind. He has no friends. I think he thinks he's important. Look, anyway, he's willing to drive us where we need to go. Oni, if you are willing to put up with him flirting with you. He's into you. It's a weird vibe, man. It's a weird vibe.
Normally my ego would be hurt, but in this case,
he thinks we're together.
What?
No, I don't. Look,
You're a child. I don't. How did he get that idea? Did you say something?
I didn't say anything. He's an idiot.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a weird. He does. Okay, look.
So if he
I think
thinks
he's a
if
little.
I wasn't with a child, he would still be interested in me. But because he thinks I'm with a child, he's not.
I think he thinks he's doing the right thing by not contesting a thing that's only in his head. This is my theory. Look,
okay.
I can tell what people are thinking sometimes.
What?
And that's what he's.
Interesting.
Oh. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I
can do a lot of stuff.
Oh, do the head thing. Come on, just get it over with.
No, I'm not gonna do.
Oh no! Look. Now I want to know what is.
Is it like what Pickles can do, or?
No, it's just a little more obvious.
Huh.
Well, now you can't just say that without doing the thing.
Okay, fine. And
if we're gonna be together, I need to know these things about you.
Yeah, so
talking cat, okay? We're way past your sense of normal, okay?
If we're an item, I think I should know.
So Navad begins to levitate a little bit because he's going to show off his Doctor Strange levitation abilities. So he slowly kind of levitates and it does a little slight spin, and then he makes his head burst into kind of a blue flame Ghost Rider skull.
Oh. Okay. Not what Pickles does.
Definitely different.
Not the same.
No, not at all. Not at all.
The camera swings over and Monty is giving Paladin Jones a back rub. He's over his shoulder. The light
I snorted.
Hits him. And he literally goes, huh. And then the camera swings back to you.
Okay. I'm not sure how that's relevant, but it is interesting.
So I take the face off. I go back to Navad's regular face, and I flow back down to the ground. No, look, look. Okay, this is for Professor Pickles.
Yes. Anything.
Professor
Pickles. Yes.
Professor Pickles. And I'm gonna get kind of like kind of cute down with the kitty a little bit.
I don't know if that's gonna go over well.
Do you know how like some people don't necessarily know that some of the cats out there are super smart?
Yes, I'm familiar.
Some people don't realize that magic is real, and I'm not one of those people who doesn't think it's real because I know it's real because I can do it.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah?
Yes. Fantastic. If I had opposable thumbs, I'd be snapping in your general direction.
Cool. Good.
Oni, do you have any interest in Paladin Jones?
Wow. Let me think about it. You know what I think we should do? Tell him that you are not with Navad. Get him back on your tail. All right. Fine. I'll do it. All right. I'll pretend like this is an investigation. I'm getting find somebody. I'll put on my little, take it up the asshole hat, and we'll just.
I am not familiar with that hat, but it.
I'm surprised they make that type of hat.
I would not expect that. It's very specific.
Very specific hat.
Wow. I will say you have a charm about you. It is entirely your own. So hats off to you. Other hat.
They're red with white letters, right? Okay.
So, wait. What are we doing?
It sounds like we're just moving forward as planned, and Oni's just
back
gonna
out, freshly renewed from his shoulder rub. Monty looks very frustrated.
Oh no.
And John says, "Well, if you're in a hurry, we're gassed up and ready to go."
Yeah. I think we should go.
Why, I do declare.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, I need an insight roll from Oni.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh
There we go. Yes.
So he gets what you're doing and doesn't give a shit.
no.
Well, hello, Belle. Why don't you get in and ride shotgun?
Sure, let's go.
You can either ride shotgun with my shotgun.
Oh no.
He hands you justice.
That's good. Yes, thank you.
All right. He drives off. So the Vod and Lita are back, along with, I assume, the professor.
Yes.
Of course.
Before we go, can I speak in? Is Kudge fairly common?
In some circles, it's like you're speaking. What's the language that Shatner tried to promote? That was the universal language.
Esperanto.
It's like Esperanto in some areas, but in some areas it's more popular. It's the chance he knows it.
Okay. Can I try speaking in Kudge to him?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say in Kudge, honestly, I really think you could do better, but he would be lucky to have you.
He blushes, which looks adorable on his pink cheeks, and says, "He's honestly the closest I can get to a troll."
Oh.
And the car.
Okay,
There we go.
All right. So you're going to have you're going to be able to make it tonight because this would have been days of walking, but you're in a car. He also apparently does know the area that he's patrolling, and he uses words like, "This is where I patrol." So he knows how to get you where you're going. Oni, you demonstrated in the last session you were in that you're easily capable of doing the leading on a little bit and fending off, so no need to make rolls. We know that you can do that, and apparently, if you're willing to, you can feed him just enough of like giggle at one of his jokes that he, So you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. It's oh my god, I gotta put up with this guy, this fucking asshole.
He doesn't get worse, right? Like apparently anything that's playing to whatever he's got going on is enough. So as long as you're kind of feeding the beast, he's happy to just play, this role. So fortunately, he doesn't become more aggressive. He doesn't become anything like that. He does half drop character at one point and say, do you know if there's anything I should be looking out for on the way to where we're going?
I don't know a lot of specifics, to be honest with you, but the answer is yes. I think we always need to be unawares.
He pops another pill. Well, I know how important that is, but I don't think there's a lot generally on these roads, which is why I chose them. If I was patrolling looking for someone who needed me, I would choose different roads, but I picked mostly the clear and safe because I really wouldn't want you or your friends to get hurt.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh my God.
You're welcome.
Love it.
So where'd you get the coat?
Where'd I get the what?
The coat, your jacket. Not a lot of ladies would have you're carrying that off.
I don't really identify with my gender. I think it's a construct, if you will. But yeah.
Well, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, and I don't know why I even said that to you. But yeah, I picked this up a couple years back at a market type place.
So the rest of the trip, he suddenly gets kind of quiet. And you figured out your use of the phrase constructed gender has completely disoriented him. He now doesn't know how to be all flirty, and he's completely confused. And he'll occasionally say something like, so you shoot a gun, huh?
I have shot a gun before. Yes.
Have you used a sword?
No, only a knife, which is kind of like a small sword, if you will.
It's better than a knife because it's longer.
Yes, that's accurate.
You can keep your opponent farther away, and
Yeah.
and you can stab him easier.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think of that. I should probably switch to a sword. Maybe somebody like you could teach me how to use one. I do have small hands.
I mean, maybe I've got a pretty busy schedule. There's peanuts in the ashtray if you're snacking.
No, thank you.
Okay. And he goes back to staring at the road. All right. You travel. Can I have the second map, please, Colt?
Oh my gosh.
So you're going to travel. You're heading to Ninth Lodge up there. When you're about 2/3 of the way, it's getting up to midnight-ish. And who's got the highest notice check? That notice number of dice.
Probably Pickles.
I have a 6.
Yeah.
Pickles.
Yeah. Up ahead, Professor, you see a Bigfoot.
Oh.
So you have heard that these really do exist. They're in greater numbers than they existed before the fall. And that they have a reaction very much like possums, where possums will pretend to be dead, but Bigfoots will freeze in headlights like deer do. So generally they'll be walking and they'll just kind of stop. So you see that up ahead, just to the right, there's a Bigfoot that is just stopped. So it's like a little bigger even than a troll. So like a 9-foot tall, very broad shouldered, very hairy. Obviously not gorilla, because it's not. Gorillas have that thing where the whole upper body is shifted forward. That it is very Harry and the Hendersons looking, and has frozen. No one has noticed him but you at this point, because the thing is, in the dark, the whole don't move strategy kind of works generally.
Right.
So do you bring this to his attention, or?
I feel like I don't bring it to his attention. I bring it to Lita's attention to bring it to the rest of everyone's attention. So, Lita, not to alarm you, and try and play this off as just, hey, look, there's something over there. There may be say, give or take about 9-foot tall, Bigfoot, just off in the distance a smidge.
Okay. Can Lita, now having been alerted to that fact, see it? Okay. Sure. Everyone. Just gonna try to.
The car is starting to come even, and the Bigfoot kind of does this.
Oh no. No. Can we how quickly are we approaching it? Like, do I have time?
Well, you're traveling about 40 miles an hour.
Okay.
So you're gonna have like a minute or two, but not a lot of time.
Okay. I detour coming up, everyone.
But you said you were in a hurry.
We are. I think there's something we need to avoid.
Well, this is Bigfoot country.
Yes. Do you So just, I believe there's one, and we should avoid hitting it for the sake of the vehicles, just keeping us.
They tend to stay off the roads. If you don't screw around with them, they don't screw around with you. They like beef jerky.
I believe there's one over in the way.
Oh, look at the Dickens. He's frozen.
Yes, can we avert?
Well, it's over. We're going to pass. It's not in the road.
Oh.
Oh, do you want to go? Do you want to say hello?
No.
You're not going to tease the Bigfoot, are you?
No. If it's not going to interfere with us, I have no interest in interfering with it. As long as we don't hit it and it doesn't damage the vehicles, then we're fine.
Cat person, there's a little pouch next to you. There's mints and there's a couple of beef jerkies. Just maybe throw a couple of the beef jerkies out the window.
I can do that.
No, you know what? We'll give it to him. Just to placate the man.
So he spills a little bit. So you throw beef. So there's some beef jerky.
Telekinetically toss some beef jerky.
So we get Cat from Outer Space beef jerky on a string.
Get kind of.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So, is this the first we've seen the telekinesis from?
Yes, I think so.
So openly, yes.
Yeah.
What? That's super cool.
Yes, you and Pickles have some similarities. The head thing different.
Yeah, no, it's totally different. But I like move stuff. Oh, that's rad.
Can you move other things or only you?
What?
Can you move other things or only you? You lifted yourself, but Pickles can actually.
I couldn't do that. But I could probably smash something. With my mom.
Not exactly the most delicate, are you?
No, I know stuff and I break stuff. That's my deal.
Okay.
True. As you're passing, the Bigfoot is having a ninja cat moment. You know when obviously a cat wants to go, but feels that it can't, so it looks like full of anxiety over the.
Oh.
So the Bigfoot is like kind of stuck doing its throws, but it knows the beef jerky's over there. So you can see it kind of like Bigfoot sweating.
Just go get it.
Should I toss it
further away?
Just ever so slightly outside of the way of the light?
One of the jerkies jumps up and it reaches forward with surprising speed and grabs the jerky and goes and runs off into the woods.
Oh my God.
Fantastic. All right. Lovely.
And he hits the gas and you speed back up.
Okay.
At about 1:30 in the morning, you pull up at the Ninth Life. It is a bar. It's got a neon sign and everything. And it is a bar that was a bar back in the day and has been restored after the fall. And Navad has been here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This is where you met your friend?
Well, there's another cat that runs this place.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to leave you here. Monty will be more comfortable if I head back. I assume you can find your way from here?
Oh.
We should be fine.
And he turns to Oni. May I ask for a kiss?
I mean, you can ask, but I will not give you a kiss, but I will give you a handshake, which, I mean, if you get a handshake from me, it's a big deal.
For her, that is very significant.
He furrows his brow, clearly trying to work the Rubik's Cube of that social puzzle. So it's better than...
Better than a kiss. It's better than a kiss.
And he shakes hands. Navad, you don't have to make a roll. The very end of your read, as he drives away, you catch a wisp of, I picked the wrong one.
Oh my God.
And the car pulls away.
I'm going to keep that to myself.
Yeah, please. That's for the best.
So out front is the bouncer, who is a woman. I forget the actress's name. I love her. She was she was this little Jewish woman that played a Hispanic woman in Aliens convincingly. Like, I forget her name.
Oh yeah, she was Hispanic. Wow, I didn't even know that.
When you see what she really looks like, it's like, oh my God, she's such a good. Like, her physicality was different. No, she's not.
What are you talking about?
She was, just point, tell me where they are. Like that, she was like the hard ass Marine in Alien.
Right.
Jeanette Goldstein.
Yes, thank you.
I couldn't have just given that to a Hispanic. Anyway, let's go.
No, yeah,
They absolutely could have. Once I found out what she really looked like and saw her performance, I'm like, why did they?
Yeah, no, it's. I mean,
yeah. So
Hollywood casting. Let's go.
So this woman at the door looks like her, kind of at her current age. So kind of compact, looks tough like that character did. Middle-aged. She has one arm has been replaced with a cybernetic arm, and it's not the kind of like android meant to be like your other arm. It's kind of the combat. It's a new thing we put there, right? So it's a different shape. Just like the people that have the legs that help them run, they don't, they're superior for that. They look like it.
This is This is the same bouncer from that episode, right?
Yeah, you know her.
I don't know her, but like this is the
Recognize.
one. Torg and Jen Brown's character Torg and the bouncer got into like weapons talk in that episode. They stood outside and like arm wrestled and swapped talk of
her name is
Hammer. Stuff.
The other thing about the cyber arm is it's salvage that was fitted for a much larger person. So it's kind of like gorilla arm.
Oh, dang.
Big for her, which when she uses it as a weapon is terrifying.
Yeah, I bet.
Navad, hey.
Hey, what's the character? I can't remember the character's name. Hammer. Hey, Hammer.
Where's your gorgeous friend?
Oh, they're back at the Shire.
It's all rainbow. I miss her.
Yeah, I will. Hey, look, is we got a can we go in and we'll check our weapons.
My station's here. We got to take the big obvious stuff, but I know you.
Yeah.
Vouch for these people. If there's less obvious stuff you walk in, I don't care because I know you're not going to bust up the place.
Yeah, well, I mean, sorry about the last time.
Yeah, but so I did have something to ask about that.
Yeah.
Is Tiber okay?
Look, we the last we saw Tiber, I think he got hooked on diet bars.
So I've heard that he's actually knocked over a merchant because he wouldn't sell his last stock. I've heard all kinds of crazy rumors.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we haven't seen him since then, but when we last saw him, like I think he was developing something of a habit.
Yeah, maybe check on him. He's been in here and he was. There's a kind of thin on a guy like that where you go, well, hello. And then it goes a little farther and you go, you need like a sandwich. And he got into that, you need a sandwich. Like, those are diet bars, right?
Yeah.
That guy doesn't need diet bars anymore.
Yeah, okay. Well, if I see him, we'll give him a sandwich. Hey, if you see a guy ever come up around here named Paladin Jones, knock him out and make sure he gets some sleep. Deal?
So you get the cool whir click of the big cyber arm?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we can work that out.
Yeah, sounds good. And I'm going to do a little fist bump.
She is very careful.
Yes, it's a gigantic metal fist.
Very precise, like the Boston Dynamics robot, like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you guys head inside. Oh, I names. So Nevada, I know you. Oh shit, you're owning, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you before. Are you here on business, or are you just with Nevada?
I mean, I'm not with Nevada.
Yeah,
It's a touchy subject all
If you
around
ask
today.
Paladin Jones, he's with me.
Yes. Yes. No, I'm just here with them.
she leans into you, but he's a kid.
Oh, yes, he is a child. For
Oh.
sure.
Has he shown you the head thing?
Yes, it was pretty unexpected. The way it was pitched to me, I thought it was going to be something else entirely. I'm
It's
honestly,
it's kind of adorable though.
I thought it was going to be a little bit more impressive than it was, but you know what?
If
I'm
I
proud of
had-
the kid.
5 volts for every time I heard that.
isn't that the truth?
And she realizes she just spoke to the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you here for Whiskers? So this is addressed to Pickles.
She's gonna, at this point, Lita's gonna defer to
So, yes, we're here for.
You know, I work for Whiskers, right? Like, it's cool.
Okay, well, I have to play it a little cool sometimes.
I would suggest being a little more careful about when you say things telepathically out loud like that.
Listen, I've had a day.
It's been a day.
The people at the bar, they'll take care of you. They know Nevada. Go get straight and go tell the kid inside. Tell Dixon to go get Whiskers, and I know that they're both in, so I'm sure you'll have no problem getting seen. Okay, I got to go tell these assholes that just pulled up they can't come in. So the bouncer waves you past. Do you have any large weapons that you... I don't think this group... The large weapons were all with Goldwater. Like,
I think
Goldwater's
so.
got a pistol in the jacket, which you could keep. She doesn't care. The blaster...
Yeah.
She does, I mean, if you've got that under your coat, she's not going to give you a problem. If
Okay.
you tried to walk in with a shotgun or a rifle, she'd give you shit.
So I gave the shotgun back to.
Yeah. And he had like a thing in the door. Just, all right, cool. You all head in. Fairly nice place for a post-apocalyptic, dangerous bar.
Some nice updates.
Yeah, and there's a bartender is a handsome young pre-gen who wears cat ears.
Oh.
So he is basically a furry and is a very Studio 54 looking, like super. The young man goes to church, if you know what I mean. And he's got the ears on and immediately starts pouring drinks. And the drink he pours for Nevada is a fizzy thing that he puts fruit in. So it's not pouring booze for Nevada. Although the age of consent in the wasted world is like 8.
Can you get some?
Yeah. Can you stand upright and
Yeah.
take a hold of a glass?
The only one that might care would be someone like Goldwater, who might be like, But
The actual age of consent.
Yeah.
Of drinking age.
Technically, you
so-
shouldn't drink it.
Does anyone speak with the barman?
I'd probably defer to Lita.
I would.
So there's always a little bit of a long-suffering initial namaste look between pre-gens because of the life of weird assumptions about you and expectations and the weight that has. There's a little bit of like, Thursdays, like that would pass between you. Can I pour you anything special?
Dealer's choice, whatever you recommend.
Tasty or effective?
Effective. It's been a day.
He moves his hand to a lower shelf and pulls out an old bottle. It's not the old liquor because that was gone a long time ago, but it was representationally in a pours. Oh, you're Lord Farquhar, right?
And then Nevada, Lord Nevada.
Nevada.
Yeah.
Nevada. Was that? He reaches under the counter and picks up one of those little like kind of manga books, but it's actually Spanish language and it's like they have these for cereals. Yeah, and it's actually got a character named Navad in it. Like this story has a character named Navad.
Wait, what?
Yes, see? It's and with a meh and then a vod. Meh. I used to call him Nilvad.
Is this new? Is this what is this?
Is this what you're named after?
No.
Pre-fall. This stuff. This was something that was on the broadcast network.
Where'd your name come from?
What? Everybody's talking to me.
It's very interesting that you have the same name. Where did you aren't named after this character?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what are you named for?
Well, it's a name I chose myself.
What?
Did you not choose your name?
No, I chose this name, but I didn't choose it after that.
Oh, well then what did you choose it after?
He blushes. My name's Dixon.
Oh, Dixon.
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 Yeah. Say it slower. You'll figure it out.
Got it.
Yeah.
Did you choose that name?
He blushes again. It was chosen for me.
Okay.
It's all good. And here's your rock guard.
Just gonna take it.
So what do you do? And he puts his little novella back under the table. Welcome back. I mean, I remember you kind of tearing this place up the last time you were here.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't do that much. It was mostly Tiber and Eric.
Yeah, my mop remembers.
Hey, look, that whole thing, like when we killed what's his face and his guy.
You're not in public in the bar when you're talking to me behind the bar on duty to say things like "we killed" like out loud. It would be super great if you'd like hint about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just that's just old Murray, but he has ears.
Look, that turned into kind of a bad thing for us. Like now there's some guys from that guy's crew who hates me and the people who live in the Shire, and now I guess by extension Oni, because now she's hanging out with us at the Shire, and now maybe these guys because like
they hate us. We don't even know them.
I don't know.
They don't even know who we are.
No, it's probably for the better.
Oh yeah.
You maybe mention this. Are you? Oh, I'm sorry. Sir, ma'am, I bet I never know what to call your
Professor Pickles?
Furry Majesty?
Generally.
Hello.
Okay.
He smiles a little, very shyly. Are you here for him?
Yes, it would be here for him. Can you?
Yeah, and here I am shooting the shit. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all forgiven if you can just.
He literally runs off.
Can I try to grab that book out from the other side of the bar?
Yep.
Can I leaf through it since I can speak Spanish?
Graphic novel representation of a soap opera.
Okay. So she's gonna flip through it quickly, try to gather as much as she can from it in Spanish, and then kind of just tuck it back before he comes back.
Okay, so Shannon, I'm going meta here with Navad.
Okay.
If there's a version of Navad, which I understand is a name that you pulled from another character, that
correct,
was manifest in a soap opera pre-fall, what would the character in that soap opera be like?
So I did choose my character after that name?
You had suggested that's where he could have gotten eccentric.
Oh, I had okay, cool. I had suggested that it came from a different thing.
Yeah.
But
it could also be that. Like that could have come from here.
Sure.
So you've got like Clark Kent, like it could be anywhere. Right?
Okay, so this is like a Spanish language comic book, like one of those Mexican telenovela style comic books.
Yeah.
So I mean, so I think Lord Navad then in this book is he's sort of like he's like he's a little bit of the he's like the patriarch of a whole family, and is a very suave gentleman who oversees much chaos in his household, but he always remains calm and implacable.
So he's very much a Lord Navad.
No, he's not Lord Navad. He's like what Navad is like
the Lord element of it, like the fact that.
That he's like a
Which this version of Navad does not have.
Right.
Right. Okay, so at this point, the Dixon comes out. He's happy to see you. Come on back.
Can Lita, as they walk back, can she just kind of say under her breath to Navad, if that's who you based yourself off of, I don't really see a lot of similarities yet, but it's a good book.
Okay.
There's literally just a back office, and there is a low table. They've cut the lower legs off of it, and there is a large cat that walks on his back legs and is dressed like a little gentleman.
Oh, Navad wasn't kidding.
And he literally takes a monocle off, sets it on his desk, and says, he speaks telepathically, just like Pickles does. Welcome.
Thank you.
Salutations.
Have you been sent by the Six?
Not in this particular matter, but the reason we are here is related.
Well, I am here in service of the project.
Fantastic. So, our ship crashed, and we were on our way to...
Oh, you're Pickles.
Word travels fast.
Well, I don't know a lot of... Is she all right? And he points to Lita.
Oh, she's fine.
All right, good. And these others can hear?
For the most part, yes.
Right. So generally we operate in cells, and this is addressed to Lita. We don't know a lot about our individual assignments. It's better that way. I did know, though, that there are only 3 ornithopter pilots, and that they've been sent out in shifts to bring needed supplies, to trade for supplies for Secundus, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's
So
right.
one of the transports has crashed.
Yes.
Yes, unfortunately.
Are you well?
Well,
As well could be.
Yeah, aside from, she kind of gestures.
So
There's that.
he turns over and raises his little kitty eyebrow a little bit, like the implication is it's funny that the bodyguard thinks I was talking about her, and then turns back to Pickles. So you need to get home.
Ideally, I can still get rid of what I have and then bring that back, but seeing as we find ourselves here, it'd probably be best just to get back home.
Ways to go skyside are rare. I'm here as a contact and to raise vaults. This operation raises quite a bit of profit. Your friends with the happy trigger fingers cost me quite a few volts a while back. Put a dent in my profitability for about 2 months.
Oof.
But I can overlook that. After all, it's not like he comes back high off of his snack bars all the time or anything.
Look, we didn't mean for that to happen.
I hear that a lot from humans.
Yeah, that's pretty typical, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, they mean well, but do they mean well?
I think this one does. I'm acquainted with him, and from what I know about the detective here, she's been here a few times gathering evidence, I guess. And I don't remember hearing anything about any of those jobs being anything but righteous. So I think you're in good company. As it happens, I've been coordinating an incubator project based in part on the successes we've had in Secundus. So I have come to the humans. They have started their own committee. They have begun their own scientific projects. They think it's their idea, and they're basically mimicking everything we've been doing. They also don't know that I'm a cat. I've been using computers to communicate. I call myself W.
Oh, well, that's clever.
Oh, thank you. He purrs. They are located. There's a thing that the humans put up called the World Dumb. And it was a kind of a museum. So this mirror project has taken over the World Dumb. And they have a research project taking place beneath it. I can send word to them of your arrival. I'll keep you out of it. What is your aide's name?
Her name is Lita.
Lita. Is Lita a good human?
Fantastic. Have nothing but nice things to say.
He literally says, good human, and takes a candy bar out of a desk drawer and puts it in front of you.
Thank you.
Ooh.
In a way, she's grateful for the candy bar, and she knows the rules.
Yeah. Well, he's clearly playing the aristocrat, influence role. So they should be able to do the trading that you need. You say you still have your trade goods?
We still have our wares.
So I'm going to remind Devad that you have been to the World Dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that, wait, hold on. Is the World Dumb where they did the stuff to D?
Correct.
God damn it. Okay.
It was not an entirely good experience.
No, it was really not.
No.
So I will send word. I will tell them to surrender what you need, to trade what you need. I'll tell them to pull it and to trade with Lita. They are a scientific incubator, so you should be able to get away home from them. I mean, they're only a pale mirror of what we're doing topside, but something like a modified weather balloon. I mean, we just need to get you up, and hopefully then the crew upstairs can. They're probably hard at work on a second or third ornithopter anyway. We just have to get you home.
That would be ideal. You think that they'd actually be able to do that?
I understand they've even started doing some work with DNA. They've started doing some retromutagen work. I know that they've got a couple of exosuits that they've cobbled together that helps them move the heavier materials around. So given that level, our people's advantage is innovation, right? So the stuff that we're doing is more cutting edge. I mean, you know what they say about us, right? Give us a box, we'll climb in it and then find a way to not be affected by the box.
Yes, of course.
Right. So humans, though, their box that they find themselves in, they can't get out of. So they're doing what they can by going through they grind through the same gears they always do. But given what they're able to do, I think they can hook that up for you.
Okay. All right. And you're going to set all this up for us.
I will set that up. We'll just have to get you, I will half talk this to Shannon. Do we have the other cast member I asked for on Wednesday?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will find you a way. I will find you a way to get to the dome because you were dropped off here. I thought I had a way, but
yeah, we thought we had a Wasteland Uber.
yeah, there is an alt character that is literally a Wasteland Uber driver.
Oh wow.
So I was going to try to summon him in.
No, does it
up
work?
left, right to work? Yeah. All right. So that is literally where we're going to break because this is then going to segue into going there, getting your business done, and find a way home.
Heck yeah.
Shannon, you going to close the night tonight?
I will take us down. So I guess whenever Colt is ready. All right. Hey, fantastic. Hey, thank you everybody for coming out. We want to thank our moderators, Preston and Jessica, being in the thing, being in the chat, keeping it real there. Andreas Fabus for our opening audio as always. Our chronicler, Brett Grimstad, who does a fantastic job of summarizing these things. And we have not done a fantastic job of pushing that information out there, but we are going to compile all of the lore so that people can go, oh, yeah, the World Dome, things like that. And as always, our technical director, Colt Joyce. Big, huge thanks to our guests this week, all week. Hannah McCarthy and Kdin Jenzen. We are so honored to have you guys here. And the exciting thing is we'll have part 2 of our episode on Wednesday in just 2 nights from now because that allows us to keep on our overall finish the season by a certain point timeline, and we make up for the snow day that we missed last week. Yay. So until Wednesday, we will see you in the Wasteland.